Hello! I unmuted the wrong thing initially. I also had to quickly get out of the Sitout team chat that I was just in. I don't even have Dota up. We're currently just going to be sitting on this screen briefly. Let me pull up Dota. How's that? And then we can look at Dota. I'm not using my camera for these at the moment. I can't be bothered. I need to shut that window actually. I got a window next to me that's open, and I'm usually I don't want to say I'm usually very loud. That doesn't sound right. I'm very loud. I'm a very loud person. So I tend to try and like close windows directly next to me so I don't annoy my neighbors too much in the summer. It's painful in the summer though. It gets damn hot. Damn hot. Also, I'm assuming you can't hear it on stream, but please let me know if you can hear the fan that I've got on. I'm pretty sure it's not getting picked up by OBS, but just let me know if it is. I'm gonna go shut that window. Not really or no, they're two different things. I need to know. I need to know for sure. How do you know if he really loves you? How do you know if chat can hear the fan? Nah, okay. Can't hear it. To be fair, Time, I don't know whether to trust that you can't hear it. I might need confirmation of somebody else. No offense. Right, I guess we will wait for a lobby to appear now. I'll wait for Siler to arrive. I'm assuming he's going to show up in this call any second now. Tonight, actually, I should probably wait on like running through everything because Siler always turns up right after I run through like everyone's shit, and and then I have to run through it again for Siler because he's never done his research. I'm not expecting him to join the channel while I'm bad mouthing him, but I was just in with Sitout through one of the DraftKings Funky Fresh PowerPoints. They're prepared. They're prepped for this. I thought this might be a spanner for them because Seething likes to do his research, which is great. You know, we love a bit of research from the captains, but Bernard being quite a new team, maybe not having that many games. Like I maybe thought maybe he won't quite work it out, or he won't get it in time. Oh, Siler has snuck in here when I wasn't looking.
I have snuck in. I'm listening to everything you're saying.
but no, they seem very well prepared. Right, it's team chat that we're putting on, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Right, team chat on, open mic. Let's get that going. But tonight, no stand-ins.
What's this about?
Oh, sorry, go on.
Who's prepared for what?
Seething, the Draft King, has prepared. I've just been in the Team Sitout Discord. I caught the end of the preparation PowerPoint that they now do before every game. And yeah, they're ready to go. I only caught the end of it, and I can't give any spoilers, but I don't know. I still think Bernard could throw them a couple of curveballs. You know, Bernard, freshly spawned, not spawned. Like they are freshly spawned, but I more mean we cast them last night. I think they were much improved, and upwards trajectory for Bernard. You know, I want to feel that burn in a vertical direction. My phrasing's not doing great tonight. Please, how are you, Siler?
I'm great. Well, I've just spent a bunch of cash for buying a new bike.
Oh, motorbike, mountain bike, road bike,
a
kiddie bike, trekking bike.
Trekking bike. But other than that, other than having just lost a bit of income, I'm fine.
A bit of cashola.
A bit of cashola. But yeah, I guess I don't know what Seething is taking into account when he's looking at these games, because what do you look at? You basically look at the last game yesterday, right?
You can look
2 days ago.
Look at their previous games. You can look at that Dota bus. I mean, I'm a simple man. I look at that Dota bus, but I actually don't know if this is revealed. But I mean, as a journalist here, I can't be keeping this to myself. I do have it on good authority that Team Sitout actually has inside software development. They've been working on a piece of software to check the previous games of the players that they come up against, analyze them, and pump out sort of the best win rates, the heroes they've played recently. They can change sort of how far back it's looking and that sort of stuff. So I mean, within house software development, I mean, Sitout is really taking things to a new level this tournament.
It would be a shame if they were to lose. Anyway, no. I mean, I guess yes, but this
10 seconds remaining.
This thing of like, I yesterday saw Penn perform quite well in mid. And, on Monkey King and Husker, and I can
the first ban Monkey King.
Very much, yeah, I can very much see that.
5 seconds remaining.
I mean, this is a targeted ban, but like he's only shown it on one game on Monkey King, which was a good Monkey King.
I think I get what you're saying.
He could have like 6 more heroes.
Yeah,
that he's
exactly.
Never had played.
Exactly. He's also done it on the Husker, so I mean.
I mean, he lost the Husker game, so obviously you don't.
No, but he played very well on the Husker.
Yeah.
I don't think that wasn't his loss as far as I'm concerned. I mean, they did also first pick it, so it was bold, but no, I mean, so. The man in the Monkey King, obviously for Penn. Funny enough, Bernard actually banning Silencer. I know Sitout we're a little worried about Silencer coming out. Just because it's a pain to play into. There is an AA ban there. We could be seeing Penn back on this Husker.
I think these are just the most painful. Like if you go into any goon's brain and you think of their most painful memories,
5 seconds remaining.
These are the supports that were in those memories, right? These 4 supports. It's either a Jakira that's going wild and doing way too much damage to the Macropie Axe, a Silencer that is annoying you with like yesterday with double global, a Tinker that is just way too farm for being a support, and then AA doing doing bad things to your cause.
Yeah, I mean, you're banning this Jakiro because it's good. You're banning the Tinker because Lulu
They're all
will,
really good.
Lulu will run with it and do very well. Hoodwink
fully
being picked
respect-
up here. Oh, the Drought ban has gone out as well.
I fully respect all of the drafts on Bernard and all the bans and all of the Sitout bans. I don't understand. Maybe the Monkey King I understand, but what are you banning? I guess who is it? Bernard Humperdinck has played a lot of Witch Doctor. I
Yes,
believe?
you're banning the Witch Doctor for Bernard Humperdinck because, I mean, he's done okay with it as well. It's a big ult. It's easy to get down. I think they just want to get rid of a comfort pick from there. Funnily enough, Clockwork still in the pool. I know Sitout has 2 good Clockwork players, both on Lulu and Wurzag. Bernard also has Humperdinck, who plays Clockwork, I believe. I don't know if we'll see it banned here. They didn't include it in their first set of bans.
I mean, with Earthquake, they've now picked something that can
5
break
seconds
someone. So if they
remaining.
pick the Asker here, we'll pick something that is like weak to a break. It is somewhat weak, but obviously you have to hit the Earthquake shot, and it's only 2 seconds every 70 seconds. So it's not going to be. It's not that good.
Yeah, I mean,
But,
the break on the Hoodwink, I feel, is unreliable break. A Doxia ban.
It can be an absolute menace against Husker though. Like Hoodwink is actually quite a counter to Husker. So I would hope that Bernard doesn't consider picking Husker again.
Well, there's the Conquer ban. I feel like that's a bit of a bait. I don't think Seething would be playing it. I don't think he has the intention to play it, at least in this first game. Wraith King coming out. AM's still in the pool.
That's it. I'm mostly hoping that they've learned from yesterday on Bernard. I hope to see this Wraith King go either 3 or
10 seconds
I hope it
remaining.
goes 3. I hope they've said this 3, and whatever they do
5
not
seconds
ban and they do
remaining.
not pick Underlord. Or if they pick Underlord, they send it 1. Yeah, Wraith King's just solid. He's just always solid. You can send him to 2 different positions, right? You can send him on 3 or the 1. He does well on both. I like it more than 3, but very squishy supports.
So there's the Lich. That's going to be for Lulu, I think. Oh, and an Axe for Catastrophe.
Oh, this can all be done, come undone with like any assassin, and like or like a storm. So like any mobile hero is really good. In this game.
Yeah, true. I mean, they're setting up on the pos 3 for a lot of physical damage. They're expecting...
10 seconds
I mean, the Monkey
remaining.
King's gone, but they're expecting some sort of big right click to come out.
I mean, with the axe pick, you're good against the skellies.
Yeah, it's
Like,
true. Although I don't
but-
think we've really seen much pickup of the Skellies.
It has to be said that axe is in a really bad spot. Like this is one of my most like the one thing I've seen from the GFG so far is the offlane picks are not like the only good offlane pick I've seen is Wraith King. They haven't really sent it offlane so far.
Well, what are you on
So,
about? I've been playing a Monster Axe. God, the shade.
I've seen you mostly underperform on axe, and as I've seen all axe underperform.
Wow. Wow.
So I'm just saying axe isn't
10
as
seconds
good as a
remaining.
spot as it might seem.
Patience while the Radiant
So-
team choose.
I am
Especially
hurt.
against heroes like this, especially against like you're against Warlock Invoker. What do you do as an axe?
Yes, this is a rough axe game. This is a very rough axe game. But as I say, Sitout was setting up for physical damage. They were expecting high fizzy, and they've now just you're right, into a Warlock, a Shaman, and an Invoker. This axe it should be scared. And
5
also,
seconds remaining.
yeah, I mean, this axe being Catastrophe's axe. Catastrophe having changed his name from Liability after one particularly bad game in the Fry Guys Friendlies.
That is true. I mean, it also at this point, I hope this rate obviously it's a flex pick, the Wraith King. But if it's 3, you're kind of good against the Skellies as the axe. If it's a 1, you don't even have that, right? Because the 1 Wraith King goes for Spectral Blade.
Yeah, I mean, we've also seen the 3 Wraith Kings go for Spectral Blade. I think the pick rate on the Skellies pass it, because, I mean, Time pointing out in chat that Wraith King has been picked 10 times, and he's the second most sought after hero after Jakiro, or most played, sorry, and I'd have it a guess that the majority of those games have been have been the Spectral Blade. Leshrak coming out for Seething, yeah. I mean,
Not
this
really.
is a classic Sitout draft.
It feels very comfort hero based, right? Because none of these heroes particularly do anything special against the enemy heroes. They're kind of already bad against the enemy heroes.
I think for the Lesh, he's maybe been thrown by the Invoker pick. I don't know if I'd have rather seen, especially considering they then instantly banned the Anti-Mage, I don't know if I'd rather have seen his Storm Spirit here.
Storm Spirit into Shadow Shaman is a bit rough, but you can do it.
But that's only one. It's only one counter. Do you know what I mean? They then get rid of the AM, and surely he can deal with the fact there's a Shadow Shaman in the game. Like
everybody else also has a stun. The Spirit, it's not the best Spirit game, especially because he will struggle to kill people. Like the thing with Shadow Shaman now, with this new I Survive a lethal hit, you can't burst this hero. You can't. Like it takes way longer.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I think something that can get on top of the enemy with an Orchid, though, is strong here. I mean, even like a Death Prophet coming in with that silence and sort of being fairly tanky. You can run a Death Prophet mid still, right?
It struggles to actually get the damage out. But I wouldn't hate a Death Prophet here. I feel like the Leshrac does what Death Prophet does do just better.
10 seconds remaining.
I mean, possibly. I'm more just thinking of having the silence going into fights, like an AoE silence. If you drop that on the Invoker and even one other hero, it's pretty good.
Somewhat, but it's also just these fights are not going to be over quick unless you like call the Invoker with the Shadow Shaman at the same time, which should never happen, but could.
So Lifestealer's out, which is a shame they banned it themselves, because I think this year's Lifestealer would be pretty good here. I don't know what they really pick here. Like, I know he's got a solid gyro, but I'm just not sure it's going to survive long enough.
It's something that can dump out a bunch of damage and not be too worried. I'm okay with the gyro here. I'm okay with.
I don't think it's bad. I just, do you know what I mean? I'd be a little bit worried about them getting on top of it. Oh, here it is. This has been in cryo for about a year, I believe. They've been sitting on this Nazir Morphling, right, waiting for an opportunity to bring it out, and tonight is the night. We're getting all the best casts, Silo. We got Bernard's first win of the tournament. We're getting Sitout's Morphling reveal.
5 seconds remaining.
I mean, luckily Bernard banned the A8, but this is where you can easily pick any hero that buys
Diffusal.
Scardy and Diffusal.
Oh, sorry, yeah. I mean,
stuff like that.
Is it crazy to say Jug?
Phantom.
Okay.
It's just Hasp type hero that I said would be good against Lich and Hoodwink, but it obviously just struggled a bit against Axe.
I still don't think the Axe. Yeah, I think that PA pick kind of makes the Axe okay. I'm not saying it's good. I just think it's okay.
I like
Sorcerer picking up the Wraith. Yes, that's offlane.
Yeah, I really like the offlane Wraith thing here. I feel like it can just take over. Because Morphling doesn't really do any damage to it. He does need to take the Skellies though, even though he's into an axe and a lit. Like there's a lot of AoE, but I feel like he should still go for the Skellies. Or maybe he wants to go like we've now had to pick this PA, so you might want to go more into the carry Wraith King. Like you don't really want to play the typical 3 Wraith King and just carry from the offlane because Rami's going to struggle.
I mean. Possibly, I think it depends how you think your lane's going to go as well. Because if you're picking up Skellies, you're picking them up for for farming afterwards. I don't know.
Them up for farm, you pick them up for damage, for tower damage, and you pick them up for just in team fights. Lich and Hoodwink would just die because you've died, right? You die, you all spawn 2 Skellies on Lich and Hoodwink, and they both start dying, and they can't do anything against these Skellies. So Leshrac also good for the chronoptic nourishment, so the right click giving mana back instead of the W doing more damage, which would be a counter to the Skellies, but it doesn't. There are no Skellies. So
indeed, right, chat. You've got 2 minutes to bet your tatties. Get your potatoes on there. Pick who you think's going to win, and if you're right, you might get some more potatoes. Also, or you might just get your potatoes back. I mean, who knows? Who are you backing here? Who do you think's got the nicer draft?
I'd actually say Bernard has a nicer draft.
I want to side with you, to be honest.
The support is just so much better. Like Lich Hoodwink is not as good as a Warlock Shadow.
I haven't seen this Pen Invoker, but I think it could do bits. Like we've seen Pen be such a mobile player. Like honestly, I love Invoker, but when I play a mid, my ganking is awful. But if you can gank well on an Invoker, and not just that, they've got a Shadow Shaman. He just shackles someone. In comes the Sunstrike. It's doing crazy damage these days. Like
Also, there's a high potential at some point in this game. I mean, there's 100% chance that we will see
Let's
a
do
morphing
this.
just die to a Sunstrike randomly. Somewhere on the map, he's under ward, he's morphing into Agi.
So T-Love in chat has said, if Bernard wins, I'll buy a Windows activation key, which is which I think is exciting. So
Those
coming
are
up for
hella expensive.
Sitout, we've got Catastrophe on this POS 3 axe. We've got Seething going mid on his signature Leshrac. We've got Wurzag on Lich. We've got Lulu on Hoodwink. I'm forgetting the names of heroes. And coming up POS 1, the big reveal, the Sitout EA Nazir specialty morphling. This one I've been told a lot about, but I'm yet to see it. For Bernard, we've got Door on the Warlock, Pen going mid on that. What's the facet called? Agent of Galaron Invoker. Bernard Humperdinck, the team mascot, on that Shadow Shaman, which is hopefully going to bring in some Sunstrike kills. And Bernard Sorcerer and Rami on Wraith King and PA respectively, heading into a fight here, but gonna get grabbed, bushwhacked back by Lulu.
I can also there's a combo in this that sadly it didn't work. They don't have the skelly for it, but there is a chance that the Wraith King goes in, dies, everybody's slowed, Warlock waddles in, presses Fatal Bonds on everybody, and we see a Cataclysm Fatal Bonds that hits like 4 people. And
It could be big.
That combo can absolutely annihilate any team. So
what facet did he go?
If Pen has a good,
Spectral Blade.
he did go Spectral Blade. Which is kind of fine. You're against an Axe, you're against a Lesh. The skellies wouldn't be too great. Let's see what he goes for items.
Damn,
If
talk
he goes
about...
for-
Is this a standard PA build? Just going Orb of Frost straight into Orb of Blight?
It kind of is fine to just instantly go over Corrosion.
I mean,
as
it
much- as
feels
quickly as you can.
like he's really jealous of Pen mid on that Invoker. He's like, I want Orbs as well.
True. I mean, he just wants the Corrosion, right? You just want... against Axe, you want him to reduce his armor as much as he can. So he does less damage. With the Battle Hunger and the General. Always good.
Oh, we've already seen a Shackles coming out onto Wurzag here, followed up by a stun from Bernard Sorcerer. I think Wurzag makes it away here, but he's lost a lot of health. He does turn round. Interestingly turns round. There is a courier coming in as well. Nazir trying to do what he can to Humperdinck, but taking damage for it. I mean, nice little exchange there. Everyone taking a little bit of damage. Yeah. Meanwhile, I am noticing this Invoker was sort of down to half health, but so is Leshrac. Is someone got an advantage here in mid, or are we looking at a pretty even match?
Leshrac had that definitely. He doesn't have the facet that gives him kill potential, but he should be doing quite well. I feel like the Invoker, he can last it quite well, but he doesn't have anything to threaten the Leshrac. Whereas the Leshrac can actually, if he hits level 6 and goes instantly, he can't fail
A lot of damage coming out here on a Bernard Sorcerer. There goes the Blood Grenade. Now switching targets to Humperdinck and deciding not to chase. I mean, Wurzag's taking a lot of hits here, but Nazir's given that damage back in spades as he's just morphing massive Agi.
Yeah, he's very big in Agi, which can be very dangerous. If he does not, if he gets shackled here without morphing to street first.
Chasing down, but only level 1. So we've got no call, we've got no spins or anything. I mean, Door's taken a lot of damage from that Battle Hunger. Oh my god, and the Bushwhack. Lulu going in and getting that kill. Lovely little first blood there for that pulse 4.
Didn't press a stick on Door before he got stunned.
Unfortunate. I mean, he thought he was safe. He was like, I'm under the tower, nothing's going wrong now. Home free.
I mean, honestly, if he stuns, if he hits A and a Z with a Sunstrike here, I believe he... I know he's not that. But it's very greedy on the Agi balls. It's very greedy on the Agi balls.
I mean, yeah, you got to think as soon as Bernard Humperdinck can get a Shackles on him, if they can call for the Sunstrike.
Yeah. He has to be careful. Like, if you say this is a specialty, let's see how well he does in surviving. We see a great Fatal Bonds top. Everybody's taking damage. They cannot take this fight.
I don't think they're able to pressure this too much, though. I think Door's looking to maybe to get a W on someone, but he's not going to manage it. I am just wondering...
Definitely could have just ran by.
How long is Shackles at the moment? Oh, 2.4 seconds. And what's our Sunstrike cast time? 1.7 seconds. It would have to be the coordination, you know? I know we were suggesting they were doing a little better on the coordination, but that would be impressive.
I mean, it also isn't that hard to hit one after the Shackles just ended.
True.
Very aggressive here.
He is, but I mean, you've got to do it as an X. He's doing it quite early. You'd usually want to be sort of level 3, if not level 4, before you really start gunning it down. But I think he's fairly safe in his lane. I think the Hoodwink's able to do a lot of help. Bernard Humperdinck a little too deep, gonna die in the bot lane.
He was really deep. He placed that ward and just didn't. Like he wanted that carrier bad. He tried to kill them all.
I mean, hey, the ward's still here, so at least there's that. Yeah, I mean, little bit of early lead for Sitout. I don't think anything too crazy. There's a lot of back and forth in the lanes. Just no kills yet for Bernard. For the team or either of the heroes named so, Door possibly in trouble. I don't think there's much follow up to that.
He's fine. He's got the Warlock here level 2.
Catastrophe trying to run away from the Warlock golems. He's got a salve active.
Well, poop goblin. Or soup goblins, I think they're called.
Soup goblins?
I mean, so far...
I don't think that's what they're called, is it?
No, the slacks often called the poop boys. Just,
these are the slang names, the street terms.
Because they do just look like bloated up pieces of poop. And they run at you and explode.
What a lovely image for you to put in all our heads, Sylar.
Yep.
So glad. Yeah, no
Flame
call
suck.
yet on Axe, so he's not able to grab Remy here. I mean, soon though, I think this becomes a bit sketchy soon. I think Catastrophe could get a nice call, and if he gets it on a creep wave, a nice bit of damage coming out onto Remy, maybe.
I mean, yeah, in this creep wave it's dangerous, but if it's just a normal creep wave and not like one and a half,
not an uber
he
creep
should be
wave.
fine. Yeah, and level 3 does not do that much. Like, obviously, yeah, this creep wave is dangerous, but it's now gone. Remy can now re-engage. He does have the heal from Warlock to keep him alive, and Catastrophe has only a stick to keep him alive. So Remy should be quite fine. Thing though, Nazir is extremely fine though. But he's not morphing.
Oh no, he does get the Sinister Gaze onto Bernard Humperdinck, but the stun comes out afterwards. Here comes the Sunstrike. It's gonna miss as Nazir decides to dive Humperdinck. You're annoyed as Pen if you missed that as an invoker, because why is he doing this? You don't expect it. He's now morphing back into Agi. He gets shackled. Bernard going for the finish. Lands the stun. There's the hit. Now into Wraith form though as he goes down to Wurzag. And Nazir still trying to push, dives onto Bernard, does get hexed. Bernard now going to end up under the tower, and I don't think that Morphling has enough health to dive that. Wurzag's still looking for something though. Not going to find it. Not going to find it as he's away. Catastrophe possibly in trouble, taking a lot of damage here. It's going to back off. What's he gone for?
So far, it's a classic Morphling.
He's gone call out. That's bold.
Denying their enemy the prize.
I mean, one-man army feels really useless, so I kind of don't mind them with
the point of one-man army is it allows you to build armor and then get strength. Like, you're often going to be able to get it and stay far enough away from your team briefly. Lunu now possibly in trouble. Out comes the bushwhack, but there is the Sunstrike. Misses both, unfortunately.
If I missed both of them there.
I think if it had hit one of them, they could have killed both of them. Although still taking damage
might
here.
die to the thing.
Taking damage from the
you need to go for the
7-minute
rune here, Rami. You cannot let them get the 7-minute rune with that low HP. The Wisdom Shrine.
Unfortunately, I think they're going to get it. Yes, the Wisdom Shrine. Please stop dead naming the Wisdom Shrine. It's very rude.
I mean, yeah, so far, Morphling and Azir doing a great job being as overpowered as this hero is. I mean, it is one of the strongest carries you can pick currently. I didn't know that.
I just think a lot of people don't like it, or don't like playing it, or don't know how to play it well. I wouldn't touch it with a barge pole.
Yeah, it is basically, it's kind of difficult to play. You have to, if there's nothing, there's very little worse feelings in Dota than being dumb and like getting silenced when you're actually morphing and just dying.
I thought you were going to say there's very few worse feelings in Dota than being dumb and unable to play Morphling. I thought you were just coming for me with some more shade. Sinister Gaze down a Bernard Sorcerer, does throw out the stun, but now with this Frost Armor slowing him, Nazir going to dive in. Frost Armor's gone though. Bernard Humperdinck with the Hex to send Nazir on his way. Meanwhile, Axe finally goes down top. I mean, I'm impressed that that's his first death. I'll be honest with you. He's been taking a beating in this lane.
Yeah, he should have definitely died. This is more down to Lulu doing a great job keeping Door at bay.
Yeah.
And making sure that he's always low and off the lane and can't really go for the Axe.
So
we see
a rotation mid.
Yes, he has taken the mid tower though, so this is really like,
Yeah, but Door coming in with the fatal
difficult.
bonds, but Pen's nowhere near to help out. I mean, Seething really has taken mid here, so our two carries are very similar for last hits and denies, actually, like almost spot on with the pair of them. But Pen on half the last hits of Seething is quite worrying. I mean, if we switch over to net worth here,
he's nearly got his Midas
Seething about
finished. He's gone.
500 gold ahead. Yeah, I mean, this Midas might be enough to catch up.
Oh, he's missed another Sunstrike in Panda. Got the Sunstrike in as he missed it again.
I mean, it is gutting. It is good, especially early on when the Sunstrike is so. I mean, it doesn't stop being good, but it is so powerful in the early game. But you know,
he's gotta get
then
his
we'll
Midas
start
very
seeing these.
quickly because
Yeah, and we'll start seeing these
rushing
meatballs
it.
come out.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, the Invoker pick, actually, I'm maybe only just realizing, very good into the Sitout backline. These meatballs do ridiculous damage throughout the entire game these days.
I mean, yeah, the facet is just a bit stupid, but the other two facets are so weak that it's kind of fine that he has one strong one. Rami now has the crit, so Lulu has to be a bit careful.
I mean,
in 6
he
seconds,
could
Lulu
get a
gets
big
jumped.
bushwhack, you know, scurry away, maybe not be too bad.
Lulu's getting jumped here.
Oh, he's
if
used
not careful.
bushwhack now. I think he might be. Is Rami going to
Rami's-
turn? Rami's not going to go for
Rami's
it. He's
just
not.
there.
He's not
Why is he
interested.
just there? I guess he doesn't
I guess
know where
he
Axe is.
doesn't know where Axe is, and if he gets called, it could be bad. But no, he's going to dive. He knows that Lulu has no mana, but in comes Axe, not with a lot of health, but neither does Rami. Oh, the
He has
bushwhack
26
catches!
shots.
He's got the call! There goes
God.
a kill for Catastrophe and Lulu in the top lane, taking down Rami. Very nice. I mean, very lucky or very unlucky of your Rami on the timing. You know, he sat back a bit too long there.
That's 26 charges, 1 charges the entire fight over. He could have pressed that at any
Oh,
point,
no!
but that's why I thought like he could have just engaged, but he just didn't press his 1 at any point. And
I'll
just
refer
died.
you to my Obnot meme from the other day.
Yeah, Seething is a problem. Seething's very, very rich, and he's putting a lot of
Yeah,
pressure
I
on
mean,
Pen.
Seething's very confident on this Leshrac. He plays a lot. He's happy on it, and the issue is him. If you can shut him down earlier and he struggles to get his items, he doesn't get that survivability on the Leshrac, and the fights will be a lot easier. Unfortunately, he has got that money, and you know he's got his Kaya basically, or you know 600 gold off.
Tower is under attack.
Looking for
This is where-
Door here.
where
Bernard
it's-
Sorcerer is going to come in from the back. He doesn't have 6 yet, but Rami in onto Seething. Oh, and the creep stunning him.
Great one. If they can catch Catastrophe with a good tornado,
I didn't know
Maybe.
you could recruit the creeps in your own jungle to play on your team. That's a new one for me.
I mean, it works every time because they stun every time 2 heroes are near them, but
Yeah.
it can go very badly for you where they just stun you as well, especially
Yes.
later on in the game if it's Congregation of the Dream and not just the tendrils. They absolutely just ravage you.
Yeah.
It's a disaster.
I'm a little worried about both these offlaners, to be honest. Both pretty poor.
Yeah.
I mean, oh, the Sunstrike! And it's enough! Takes down
Beautiful.
Catastrophe as Door just is chasing him down. I mean, Door very confident here to go for it. But I mean,
It's all
respect it
down
works.
to Door giving the vision.
Yeah,
that he hits that Sunstrike.
Lulu looking to
Lulu
maybe
sat
try and
behind.
catch it. Oh no, he's just going to deward. Yeah, I mean, Catastrophe still working on that Vanguard. Personally, as an Axe player, I don't too often go Vanguard. I'm not sure I'd want it this game. There's a lot of magic damage coming your way. Obviously, yeah, great against
need
a
it.
couple of the cores, but I don't think you do.
Vanguard for Axe is a farm. I feel like it's not even like you
The
just need
Blade
it to
Mill
stand in the
is
creep round.
so much better for farming. So much better.
Yeah, but actually do die to like ancient creeps, especially for those like 2 stacks. Oh, Rami in trouble. He
Yeah,
does
but
again
he-
have 26 charges.
Oh,
But he's
he's
dead.
in. Is he dead? He could blink away,
my
but
God.
Seething coming in from behind, but no dunk because he hasn't skilled dunk.
He hasn't skilled down. That's also what I just realized.
Catastrophe, I feel bad for bringing this up and realizing, but come on, my guy, with the fat fingers, surely.
But he's level 7. He's had 2 chances to
Is it-
skill it.
yeah,
and
that's
both
true.
times not taken.
Catastrophe is a weird guy. Like, I don't know about in general, but my god, the shit this guy does when he plays Doa, and of just like not buying items that everybody buys or not skilling things, like he's a wild card. He's a rogue trader. Yeah, I'd be worried. But yeah, I don't think he needs this Vanguard. I think it's very late. I think his Blade Mail's going to be super late because of it. And into this PA, the Blade Mail's what he needs. They get the kill every time if he Blade Mails. Oh my god, huge ult from the Wurzag. From Wurzag on the Lich. And the break. Oh my god, the break lands. Can they catch? They can! Here comes the call! Seething in as well. No dunk because it's not skilled. But I mean, also, he's got Reincarnation anyway. But out comes the stun straight away. Rock comes out from door, though, trying to get him out the second life. Oh, but Nazir's going to dive even further. Not enough, though. He doesn't want to go too far. Seething taking a lot of damage here. They are going to finish off that golem. And then I'm guessing look for this tower, but Seething might want to get out of here.
This Morphling is very, very strong. You need your Invoker to... Catastrophe might just get Sunstrike. If he sticks around.
Sunstrike was just used. I think he was hoping someone was going to back. Unfortunately, nearly hit Lulu. Although he was on full health, it would have at least done a bit of damage.
I mean,
But
yeah,
Shrug's
but
gonna miss
Rami's struggling so
Wisdom
much.
rune going down as well there. Very unfortunate.
That named it. Call it correctly.
Oh, fuck. Yes. Sorry, I'm a horrible person.
But basically, yeah, Rami, this PA pick has not worked out so far, and he's struggling to gain his gold. The same with Wraith King, right? He's just not having any impact in these early fights.
Your benefit with your Wraith King would be at least your Axe is in a similar stage, but the Axe is actually now starting to get ahead from these team fights.
The thing is, he could have done so much already in these team fights. He has a decent level. He just doesn't have the skellies, and they would have done a lot of damage to Morphling in the last fight just after spawning. Right?
Yeah,
the fact that you also spawn skellies.
This is exactly what we were talking about earlier as well. You use the skellies to farm up. You can farm really fast with those skeletons. So he could have been disappearing into the jungle right now and catching up, getting an armlet, desolator, whatever he wants.
And
he seems to be going Blade Mail into Blink and then straight into Axe.
The Blade Mail is good against Lesh, obviously, but let's see how that works. I mean, the Blade Mail is good.
The Blade Mail is also not bad into Morphling, I feel, because if he wants to just go full Agi and really glass cannon you, at least you can stop that.
We now have Roll of Atos finished on Pen. He's caught up a bit because of the Midas got out very early.
Yeah, he needs to be getting some kills though. This isn't the Pen we saw last night. He struggled in lane. He's not helped his side lanes. I mean, I think his hope was probably that the Sunstrikes would help, but unfortunately they just weren't landing in lane.
They also kind of lost the fights in lanes too badly for the Sunstrike to really make a difference. Like, Bernhard and Door both were not able to set up much. Catastrophe in trouble here though. He's being surrounded by 5 people.
This is a classic Catastrophe move to go and solo push. In comes the Sunstrike and that Meteor I was talking about early, and he's down before he even gets out of shackles. Yeah, I mean this is classic Catastrophe MO that he goes off to push a lane on his own. And yeah, they wrap on him. Probably doesn't have the vision to be doing this. And when I say that, I mean he has no vision. Unfortunate, but I mean this could be Bernard's shot back into the game. To be honest, not this single kill. I mean, if it repeatedly happens.
Yeah, if they get a few more like clean kills like that, or if now off the back of this.
Oh no!
Something stupid
Catastrophe is TPing back in on his own. The rest of the team hasn't come. They are now going to dive. Out goes the Hex from Humperdinck, followed by the Shackles. They double up with the Root, but in comes the Sunstrike. Decent bit of damage coming out from the rest of the team. They haven't actually caught him. Bernard Sorcerer now getting hit with the Lich ult, and the rest of Sitout beginning to TP in, looking to return something. In comes the Meatball. Doesn't quite hit on Catastrophe to finish him off. A lot of rotations down here for this. They did lose the tower, the tier 1 anyway. And now Nazir just out on his own in the top lane. I don't think they're aware. I mean, they could spot the courier here. No, I don't think it's close enough to the wave.
Really hard to kill. They have a ward on him. They see him the entire time.
Oh, so they do. I couldn't see it under him.
but there's no like. They need the Shadow Shaman to be in position, and they kind of need an item on Shadow Shaman, either like a Blink Dagger or an Lens, to get in position to actually do something with more.
I mean, Shadow Shaman is very poor, lowest net worth in the game. But he comes to Sinister Gaze. Reincarnation is up. Door coming in, lands the Fatal Bonds. Out goes the Rock as well. Catastrophe now possibly in trouble. Bernard Sorcerer looking to go back in, but he just doesn't have a lot of health. Sunstrike is going to land. Very nice. Recovering from the laning phase there. Bushwhack going out, going to hit on the Golem. The Golem's now going to die, but Soup slowing down Seething as he tries to make an escape. But Bernard not going to force. I feel like they could have kept going on that. Decided not to.
they're a bit poor on the support, so they can't really catch up.
Also,
but
possibly
it's-
worried where this Morphling is.
Yeah. True. Like this Morphling is currently like Seething surviving there is huge. If Seething dies there, it's a huge problem. But he luckily got out.
I've
If,
also just
if Bernard,
Go ahead.
if Bernard Saucer manages to, if Bacon manages to press the blade on the first death, I feel like people just die. Ooh, Morphling
Could find Morphling here.
does not see them. They,
Oh,
they
they
see his
see
courier.
the
They know
courier.
he
They found
is.
him. Out goes the root. Oh, he mantas out of that though, but he does get hit with the deafening blast. Sunstrike, I think, did a bit of damage.
He managed to dodge
TP
the
coming in
Wraith
from
Thunder as
Lulu.
well.
Oh, very good. I mean, I think that might have been fortunate timing considering he's mantling out the ATOS anyway.
For sure.
Tornado comes
that-
out. It does
That
hit
courier that we
Catastrophe,
saw
but there's
flying
no
away
follow-up.
was the one that delivered the mantis. So it was
Oh
in
my
general,
god, very
incredible-
fortunate.
Incredibly
I mean,
touched.
unlucky timing of your Bernard. Like, that would have been a kill there, I think, if he hadn't had the Manta yet.
Alright. Rami now finally having finished his Battle Fury. It's only 19 minutes into the game, so not too bad.
Hopefully
But
see a bit of a
obviously-
speed up in his farm now, though, as well.
Yeah. Sadly has 0 stacks, right? One thing I can...
Neither team has been stacking here, which I found quite
I mean,
interesting
no team,
because
no team in this tournament is stacking.
excuse me, I believe my team has definitely stacked, and we also saw in the... Was it in the same game? I think it must have been, because it was in a game I watched today and only watched my game back today. I think Spherical actually stacked their triangle about 4 or 5 times, and then their mid Earthshaker went and Echo Slammed it with his first slam to get all the farm, and jumped 2 levels from it.
No, okay. Let's say that we have some yeah, the stacking's really powerful.
Yeah,
So,
I'm surprised that we didn't see the stacked top, because 2 very competent supports, and their axe didn't have a great lane. So if he'd had, do you know what I mean? If he'd had a triple stack to pick up, I suppose he didn't have his Vanguard yet. He doesn't have a Blade Mail. He's gone Blink first.
They're looking for smoke, but they're not going to find anything, except for maybe Rami if he shows in his mid lane, but he is blurred.
Where do you land on Blink versus Blade Mail on axe, on which one you get first?
In a game like this, I get Blink first, just simply
Yeah,
because his supports
okay.
are so strong. But
See, I somewhat agree with you, but I'd have picked up the Blade Mail over the Vanguard, so you could get the Blade Mail and then the Blink anyway, and you'd have it at a similar time.
oh no, Rami has shown himself. Rami in
Oh, and
trouble.
the call on the Ancients as well. Very nice. Out comes the Root and the Fear. And down goes Rami. Again, there wasn't a dunk there.
Nope.
It is now leveled. Just the
It's
once.
a bit too slow, man. Another
Yes.
Western Front lost. These supports are getting more and more level. Like this is going to be level 11 very soon. It is now.
Yeah. Oh, another call landed though on a pen on the Invoker.
Oh,
Bernard's also
great
coming in to
call.
help. A very nice bushwhack, and there we go. First dunk. Love to see it.
That's a huge target. Pen was so rich.
Yeah, I mean,
this
700 gold for Catastrophe. He's going to be onto that Blade Mail in no time at
This
this rate.
hurts. In a matter of seconds, Catastrophe has completely recovered his game. And Pen has
Pretty
now
much,
fallen
yeah.
behind.
I mean, I think
He
Pen's been
just
behind
lost
the whole
two
time.
moves.
Where the hell is he blinked? He's gone in deep onto Humperdinck. Out comes the Shackles, though. Still getting the spins, though. He's got the creep wave on it. Snakes comes out. Oh, lovely dunk. Did he dunk a creep there as well?
I think so, yeah.
He double dunked. I don't think it was on purpose. I think he was spamming it out and then accidentally dunked something else, but I don't know what. It is now on cooldown.
Might have dunked one of the snakes.
I don't know if it was a creep. I thought it might
I think it was a creep.
because I don't think you can dunk the snakes. Because they don't have health, they only have hits.
Could be.
But yeah, I mean, Catastrophe now getting them back in this game. I mean, Bernard just feeding themselves to him there in that bottom lane. Not what you want. Meanwhile, I mean,
is now running away with it. There's no way to catch up to this Wolfling. Gonna get a BKB now. Not that much damage. I would prefer to see the Hurricane Pike coming out here, but he's obviously going for the I will never die build, and I will do the damage over time.
Yeah, I mean, this is what you don't want to do when you're playing against Sitout, is let Nazir just be left alone. Because that's all he wants to do. Nazir is a great pos one in the sense that all he wants to do is have a good lane and then say sayonara to everybody else in the game and just be left alone in a corner of the map to have his way with the creeps in the sense of killing them and gaining their gold. Not in any
Maybe
other
see a
way.
5-man Tormentor.
Lovely. We love to see it. Nobody dying.
Might see a random Incrusatory Sunstrike, maybe.
We might. We're not. I mean, it's a big area to try and hit. I mean, you could have gone for it. He's busy. He doesn't have it up. He didn't want to use it. He's got his farming spells up. He doesn't want to swap them out. It's a lot of faff.
All right, they will
pushing.
push top lane now. Pen needs to be very careful. Catastrophe is in position to jump in very soon. And
Catastrophe going in onto Pen. Does land the call and but he whiffs the blade. There is a rogue sunstrike back there. Bernard Sorcerer getting very low here. It's going to go down for the reincarnation. We see the shackles out onto Seething. Out comes the rock and the snakes. Seething in trouble here, but doing a lot of damage in return. And out goes the frost bolt, whatever it's called, the lich shield, the big old lich shield. Bernard Sorcerer going down a second time. Seething managing to escape here. Nazir now looking to click down at Rami, but Rami's safe under that tier 2. And Nazir now being pursued by the golem. I don't think Rami wanting to commit there onto 3-4 heroes, but all of them quite low. If Dor could maybe come back in, maybe get a big Q.
Nah, this is a great bait for Nazir because he's obviously a morphling, so he will just tank this easily.
But out comes the Bushwhack, dragging him very far back. A lot of damage coming out from Seething now, and now turning his attention to the tower, with Nazir looking for Dor on the other side of it.
Yeah, you just got screwed by your early game too much. You messed up the early game execution. All of these fights, we see Catastrophe, we see Seething always coming out with he pressed the Bloodstone and he tanked everything.
Yeah.
In that fight.
Yeah, this is exactly it though. If you can shut him down, if you can delay that Bloodstone, which is what I was saying earlier, the Lesh isn't that good.
For sure, like they just messed up their early game rotations. Now they're very far behind.
Yeah,
so
I think there's a big issue with the build on Bernard Sorcerer. He's behind, but if he picked up that armlet, he'd have so much more ability to tank these fights.
Yeah, for sure. I generally don't like what he's done with the Wraith King so far. I like that he's put it 3. I feel like the Radiance would have been decent, even though there's not that much right click.
Yeah, I don't think he got the farm to go the Radiance. That would have been very greedy. It
would have been greedy, but it would have been achievable if he had the space. What he did. Yeah, I guess with this, if you go for the Spectral Blade as a Wraith King 3, you have to go for the Armlet Blink build.
Yeah, because he needs the damage. I understand picking up the Blade Mail, but
yeah.
I mean, hey, that's just an Archon's opinion.
This is in the end. This is still going to be a PA game, so there is always the possibility of a rogue kill here and there, bringing them back into the game, and then PA back getting very strong. He's going for this BKB. He's got to fit at 400 gold. Yeah, with this BKB coming in, if they can land the Fatal Bonds, use the support ults, they need Pen to be locking shit down on this Invoker. They need that control. So I think there's enough. There's BKBs up on Leshrac and Morphling now. Yeah. Plus a Manton Morphling, so he can't really do anything anymore unless you get a Bernard catch. Like, you cannot kill anyone if there's his team around. Yeah, the biggest troll you can do to an Invoker is buying a BKB. It's the one time that I don't class BKB as a boring item, because you know the Invoker is crying when the BKBs start coming out. Oh, it's the same with a lot of other heroes that are just get countered by it. They gotta go to Roshi and Azir. I mean, he doesn't really need it. I hope they give it to Seething, but because I don't think this Wolfling can die. He's gone for full survivability. Cheers, Noodles. Yeah. So let's see what they do. They give it to Seething. They just have 2 people that can't die and that really do a lot of damage to tower. So let's see what they decide. This cannot be contested by die at all. They see Rami under the wall, so they don't even have to be scared of where he is. They give it to Morphling. Alright. I mean, Morphling was unkillable before. I feel like he's even more unkillable now.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a guarantee if Bernard managed to kill all 5 of Sitout here, and the Morphling comes back, I think he gets away every time. Like, there's no doubt on that. But you know, there's also the fact that there's always the possibility of Morphlings messing up his as you morphing and just dying to something random. Yeah. So it gives you a bit more security, but obviously... Oh, is Pen gonna get caught? Pen's... He does get taunted, but he does get the tornado out, but out comes the stun and all of the damage of Leshrac. Oh, but another missed Gulling Blade from Catastrophe on the X. It happens to the best of us. It really does, because you're in some games and you know you have to throw it out early and aggressive, because otherwise your team is just going to kill them and you're going to get nothing for it anyway. So
Look at his huge stop. Okay, how do they defend anything here? Like
I don't know. The snakes come out. We've seen a fatal bonds. Rami's looking to jump something, but just doesn't have anything to jump. In comes the Morphling. My god, that's a lot of damage. BKB out on the PA. They do manage to take down the Morphling's first life. Seething also in trouble if they can run him down. They're trying to run him down with the Golem. But there is a Lich Ult bouncing around like crazy in there, and that is going to take down Bernard Sorcerer for the first time. Door going down to Nazir in the backlines. Sinister Gaze out onto Bacon Sorcerer, Bernard Sorcerer, now in Wraith form. Could manage to finish off Catastrophe, not going to happen.
Everybody's dead.
And down he goes. So Pen, nowhere to be... Oh, accidentally pressed my start key. Pen, nowhere to be found in that fight. Where was he? Oh, he's dead. He was dead. He
died early.
My bad. I just saw him at the back here and was like, what's he been doing?
I mean, the
Now
fact that
throwing out
Seething managed
tornadoes.
to try that again. They just full committed onto the Aegis Morph, which was just a wrong thing to do.
Yeah.
Then, yeah,
the problem is the morph dove in. They didn't have a choice, really. It was lose the tower or fight the morph.
They could have just disabled him and killed Seething in the back. Like, Bernard, like, the Wraith was on Seething. So just let your Shadow Shaman shackle the morph and everybody else go for the targets that don't have Aegis. And you win that fight, I believe.
True.
But
I mean, it's very unfortunate they lost Pen there. I mean, Pen was running his way back to his base. They just they managed to cut him off. Because if they'd had the Invoker there, I think that fight it has a chance to go different.
Yeah, the meatball at any point can do a lot of damage if you ever get a shackle off. He's gone for Yules on Shadow Shaman. Understandable against Axe, but that's not really your problem. Your problem is that Rami's dying too quickly and you need to be there to help him. Which either the Ether Lens or a Blink.
Or Blink, yeah. I mean, the Ether Lens would be very nice. It's cheaper, and it is cheaper, right? How much is an Ether Lens? Like 1,800 or something?
225, I believe.
Oh.
Quite expensive.
2275, so actually 25 gold more than a Blink. Main thought being it keeps him safe. It keeps him further back and out the fight, but I think with the amount of jump coming in, yeah, the Blink's better. I'll say it. The extra mobility, I think, in the Blink. Oh, the root coming out onto Door, who's spotted in the trees here. It's only the supports, but these supports, I think, have a very good shot of killing him. And a lovely sharpshooter from Lulu to finish him off. Seething and Nazir were on their way over regardless, so it was looking rough for Door wherever he went.
Honestly, also Door, if you're that far behind, you press the Black Ramar. You cannot wait and be greedy with your Black Ramar anymore.
Yeah, I realized he had it earlier. It's not one that I've... Hero kills and assists empower the Black Rim while granting it charges. Because I think they've changed this since it first got added, and I've not used it since it first got added. I much prefer
the other
the
passive is
regen
definitely
burn.
the better one.
Yeah.
The other passive is definitely the better one, but...
Well, they've got all 5 of them to try and defend here. Out goes the EMP. Doesn't manage to do too much as they all just spread for it. Fortify coming out. Does manage to hold them up briefly. Bernard Sorcerer blinking in, getting the stun.
Oh,
going on the axe. Cataclysm. Oh, I mean, I think an okay amount of damage. Unfortunately, not a lot. No fatal bonds up, I don't think, or it wasn't on a lot of people. Reincarnation being used now as Seething has taken down Bernard Sorcerer. Bernard Sorcerer just trying to do whatever he can. He's decided he can't get out, and he's right on that, just with his blade mail up. In comes the Lich. Oh, does bounce to the Wraith, and is going to leave itself there as the Wraith disappears.
Yeah, Rami really has to stop jumping the axe. He really has to stop jumping. Like he
needs to get in this backline. There's a very squishy backline here, and somebody needs to take it out.
Yeah, they can't just...
Oh, but out comes the root as they've got vision on the high ground from, well, I guess the heroes up there. The tower's going to fall now. Rami's still just sort of positing. He doesn't know what to do. He's running back and forward. At
this point, he can't go in because his Wraith King's not up. I feel like the Wraith
King... I feel like your Wraith King's not tanking enough to go up.
Not anymore. Like if he doesn't have ult up, he can't tank enough.
He's building his axe here.
He keeps jumping in on Bacon, and then he doesn't press his blade mail on the first jump in, and then Leshak just heals back up with all the damage that he does. Right?
Oh no, the ping comes out. They're aware. They've seen where Rami's gone. Now coming in, gonna get the root and the bushwhack. Ian is here to follow up with the damage. Will we see a sharpshooter? Sharpshooter lands. That's Lulu's kill. Back the fuck off.
Aye. That is not... How was Rami there? How was Rami there in farming? Just not allowed to do that.
I mean, obviously hoping that they wouldn't have vision there as they've been recently playing up in the top lane, but...
I guess.
I
but
mean, where is their vision here? I know they've got the Watcher, but they saw him when he was like here.
It might have expired, but I think it was just a watch.
Okay, I couldn't see a ward though when I looked at the sentries. Anyway, moving to this final tower, and Rax do big jump in with a call. Cataclysm comes out, not doing a lot of damage though. It's not really able to hit many people as they move out the way of it. Bernard Sorcerer in trouble once again into Wraithform. Reincarnation not available for another 30 seconds. He's going to die full. Pen now being the target, chased down. Buybacks coming out. No buyback available for the Invoker. Shaman, sorry, now in trouble. PA is somewhere in here. PA now hitting the axe, again targeting the axe. I guess he's just the closest hero, but you've got to blink. Use it. Get jump somewhere. Oh no, Rami just blinking onto door. They nearly take each other down there by just, carrying that Lich Shell all the way back to base. Final Rack's gonna fall. Mega creeps are available. GG is called from the captain, and that's gonna be game one going to Sitout in this best of 2.
You can't lose 3 lanes. You just can't lose 3 lanes.
Well, you can. You can't lose 3 lanes and win.
Yeah, that's the simply the fact. I feel like with a Warlock in lane, you can't really, you shouldn't have lost that top lane, and you shouldn't have been that bad on the bot lane, but that was just down to not having Skellies. Right, he just had no impact on the game on the Wraith King.
Yeah.
For the first 20 minutes, and
I don't think he had impact on the game after that. I think, let's be frank here.
He did some nice stuns, but not really. He just didn't If you're going 3 Wraith King, take the Skelly talent. You even take it sometimes if you go in 1 Wraith King. You're not playing 1 from the 3 position. You're playing a 3 positional hero that just presses 1 spell and kills all supports.
I think the difference as well is maybe it's a not having the Skellies thing, but the ability to make plays on the 2+3s was drastically different. They came out a lane very similar, both of them pretty useless. No offense to anyone, they just didn't have good lanes. And then we saw Sitout kind of rally around their offlaner and go and get catches, get calls, get kills. That's what brought him back in the game, and they just weren't able to do that on Bernard.
Yeah, it was just this PA pick just didn't work at all. But it also the Warlock was too Lulu did too good of a job. Lulu did so well, honestly. Incredible, 6-0 and 16 on the Hoodwink, and he just so well at keeping Door away from catastrophe. So Rami would just fight in the lanes and just die to spins, and then Door couldn't even walk up to heal Rami because Door had to heal himself because Lulu was doing so much damage to him. There's a lot on this Hoodwink that I didn't expect from this hero that is generally not that good currently, but Lulu obviously a very good and often played this year apparently, and he's done really great on that Hoodwink. And obviously ANZ doing the classic Morphling baits in lane. You always die because you think you can kill a Morphling, and then he has 3,000 more HP than you thought he did.
Yeah.
And that happened twice, and Pen not hitting any sunshine. Everything just didn't work out for Bernard. I don't feel like it's a complete draft problem. I feel like it's more of an execution/luck problem in that game.
Yeah, I mean, I think if Pen came out of lane stronger, then you've got your playmaker in that. Because I think that's what you're lacking from the off lane there. But yeah, I mean, all in all, just a little unfortunate. Maybe the wrong hero. There could have been a couple of wrong hero choices, but we both said we preferred their draft. It looked like they were going to have it.
It's just the fact that Lulu never died. The fact that Wozak only died once in a game with a PA. You cannot have a Hoodwink and a Lich live that long. They just never targeted the backline. They never got to it, which it cannot be only down to the backline playing that perfect. It has to be down to just not understanding what your job is in the game and what the problem on the enemy team is. If you're dumping all your spells on the axe, then even if I don't like it, the hero's still gonna be good because it is tanky.
It's not you're dumping all your spells. He's all built up to resist physical. He's an armor-based hero. They were dumping all of their damage onto him. Every single time the axe sort of ran up or anything, Rami instantly went, there's a target, it's right in front of me, I'll get on that. And you sat here a little bit going, you're a hero with a blink, go blink on something. There's a Lich back there, there's a Hoodwink back there, they are killable.
Yeah.
I mean, did we see
Yeah, I'm
What
looking.
did
I'm
Rami
currently
have by
looking
the
at.
end? Did he get a basher? No, he never got to a basher, to be fair. But I mean, he should be critting pretty hard and doing enough damage to... And he's got a BKB, so he can blink in BKB and take him out before they can disable him.
I'm currently looking at the damage received on Lulu and Wurzik, and they both like Lulu has below 10k damage received, and Wurzik has barely above 10k damage received. So this is just simply down to you have to figure out your target priority in a game where the enemy picks two very greedy and squishy supports, and they didn't.
Can I point out the fact that Dor nearly did as much hero damage as Nazir that game? Dor out-damaged the Leshrac.
He did. He was the only good part about the entire game, right?
Although, to be fair, I guess actually Dor is just taking everybody else's damage and spreading it across all the heroes.
Yeah,
so I
Warlock
think...
is a very AoE-based hero, and he does a lot of damage.
I'm going to say Dor's cheating. MVP there?
Lulu on the hoodwink.
Yeah, fair. There was some really good sharpshooters, amazing bushwhacks. He played around it. I think Catastrophe had some good calls by the end of it, but given his build and the dunks, I can't give him MVP here. He became an axe. Good job.
Yeah, he was nicely and shut down. Like he wasn't that strong, but then those two core kills that he just randomly got given for free.
Yeah,
like,
but I
Rami
think also this is where you
can
give it to Lulu again because it's the supports being there with him and helping out. I mean, Seething played great as well. He shut down that Invoker, but
Lulu putting down great vision and then catching that catching pen where he just gave 700 gold to Catastrophe was really good.
Yeah.
So just well played on the hoodwink. I might think you have to ban it out if you don't want to pick a hero that is just good at killing it.
Yeah.
You kind of picked a hero that's good at killing it. You just didn't do it.
The last thing I'll say is on Bernard, although their draft was fine, when they then because of what they picked for a carry and a mid, when their Wraith King then kind of failed in the off lane and came out and wasn't tanky and didn't have farm and couldn't farm, they had no front line, which is kind of why Rami couldn't dive the back line because he had to stand at the front.
10 seconds.
He was the most survivable core.
Wraith King was a front line anyway. They banned the Leshrac here. They're now going to respect ban a lot. I feel like he was still a front line. They just didn't jump the back line ever. They just never got there, which is down to just committing onto the wrong people. It's just target priority in that game that I'm going to blame them for them. I feel like what could help this a lot would be not picking a playmaking support. Right, they didn't really do that last game. Shadow Shaman kind of is that, but only if it's ahead. So we know that they know how to play Clockwork. It would have been great last game.
I want to see Humperdinck return on the Earthshaker, to be honest.
Earthshaker wouldn't be bad.
I get banning the Lesh here. I guess the only counter really I don't know what the big counter would be to him. The main counter I see is beat him in lane.
5 seconds.
Keep a Clockwork is absolutely great.
Yeah. Personally,
but also
personally, I don't think you ban for Seething.
Dyer's ban.
I think it's a bad idea. It's quite broad. You can ban out Nazir a lot easier than Seething.
You also the trick is you
10 seconds
just leave Kunkka open. He baits himself into picking Kunkka.
5 seconds.
You just win the game because he's picked Kunkka.
Yeah. Although I have already suggested to Sitout that when we play them, I'm just going to ban all of Catastrophe's heroes and only leave the one that Seething doesn't like open just so he has to pick it.
Radiant's ban.
Not because I think it's any easier to counter or anything like that. I just think it's funny that Seething will have to pick it.
I mean, he's just going to pick him some random hero, right? He's just going to pick him
So similar bans for Sitout here. The Weaver's new, I think, which I don't know what that would be. Because the Weaver's good into sort of high armor.
I don't know where this Weaver's. I don't think any of the Bernard supports know how to play Weaver support.
Nobody's playing Weaver support in this tournament, so I hate to break it to you.
I don't think Rami's playing Weaver 1. So
at this level, Weaver is strongly considered a core hero. But picking up Lich. Taking that back. But yeah, the Monkey King's banned again. I think you got to ban that Monkey King. I want to see this Huskar return, to be honest. I want to see it work. Oh, but they've left Tinker in the pool. See, again, you've banned Leshrac, you've banned Kunkka. I don't think you ban Kunkka.
For sure, you don't ban Conquer.
Like,
But maybe against Tinker, you now know this is going to be support. You can pick against it,
10
right?
seconds to
Again,
go.
either you pick a playmaking support here, or you pick something that can counter
5
his
seconds.
heal in either someone who can buy a vessel or someone who just counters heal himself like AA, or even a Jakira's band, obviously. But you can pick against
Let's see the
Tinker and you
clockwork.
can make him sad.
I want to see the clockwork. Let's see the Bernard clockwork.
I have no idea if they play any other hero, but also heroes similar to the Clockwork that do the same kind of thing. And for me, my currently best support hero that I could just suggest to anyone is Tusk, an absolute beast of a hero if you know how
Radiant's
to play
ban.
it. Same with Weaver support is also a playmaking hero that can just run at the Tinker. And the Tinker, you put a buck on
Dire's
Tinker,
ban.
and if he doesn't have a Yultz, he's just dead. It's just because he's one of the slowest attacking heroes. And it just, like, if he doesn't have anyone near him, you just kill him because he takes so much minus armor from the bug. And then you just run at him. And you have an easy
Dire's
run.
pick.
But obviously, we've a banned, so don't pick that. You can't
Also, none of the supports play it. I mean,
Radiant's
none of the support
pick.
play. That's true. Like,
it's a
is
failure on every front. Oh no, they've left it in for Sitout.
They clear it.
Here comes
steal
the
it on
clockwork. I'm scared if I'm Bernard at this point.
You pick the AA here. You definitely pick the AA. If they have someone that can somewhat play it, I don't like the Lich AA combo too much. It's very, very squishy.
10 seconds to
Are
go.
clockwork and Tinker the same species?
They're
5
both
seconds.
The same race, yeah.
It's keen.
It feels a bit like Iron Man Mark 1 and Iron Man Mark 7, you know?
Something like that.
Like Clockwork's definitely the suit that was built in a cave.
True.
Tony Stark was able to build this in a cave!
Yeah, but he's a genius. He's a fucking genius. And he had nuclear weapons to dismantle, so... you know.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
But yeah, like...
Taking a long time here. They are unsure what to do, and I get it. I really get it. I said this is looking rough. I think they need to be careful not to use too much of their reserve time here. Otherwise, we could be looking at randoms later.
Radiant's
Like, they're really
pick.
going to have to throw out some bans here. Medusa.
Medusa.
Oh, I don't love this interclock.
It isn't too bad. You don't
Mana
burn
burn?
that much mana. You don't burn that much mana. It's
I don't
not
know.
enough.
If you hit sort of 3-4 cogs,
Yeah,
you can do
The
it.
thing is, you put
10
the cogs
seconds to
out, and
go.
then Medusa just presses her Gorgon's grasp on the
5
cogs,
seconds.
and you can't move in it anymore. Like you get rooted before you move out. So
Okay.
yes, it can do a lot of
Dire's
damage,
pick.
but it is limited and it won't last through the
And
entire
a
game.
bounty hunter.
Bounty Hunter,
Okay.
a classic counter to Tinker. If you combine it with a very active hero like a Storm or something, or Puck or something, that you can hunt this Tinker down and get some really good gold out of him.
10
Because Tinker,
seconds to go.
obviously one of the most farming supports there is. He just keeps farming any stack. That's just a boring hero right there, sadly.
Oh yeah, the
What a
centaur.
classic.
But yeah, no, I mean this is a catastrophe hero.
Yeah.
I mean, do you want the axe here?
No.
Possibly not. I mean,
feel
does he
like
even want to play the axe
The Centaur is
again?
definitely
10
better.
seconds to
I
go.
myself am a notorious Centaur picker, but he is currently
5
extremely
seconds.
boring to play, and he's not very good. So
I mean, I think better in the lane. The ult's going to be nice. You don't need something because the other option. I mean, again, they're limited sort of by the hero pool here. I think somewhat. I mean, not massively. Like perfectly competent player, despite his name. But you know, with the clockwork there, you know you can make some plays off that. I don't know what season is going to pick mid here, but the AM pick.
bait it into the AM pick by the Medusa pick.
I guess it's fine in the
10
Lich as well.
seconds to
But that
go.
Medusa is definitely an offlane Medusa. We've seen someone else do an
5
offlane
seconds.
Medusa. Who was it? Who played the offlane Medusa?
Wasn't it the team that Burner played against yesterday?
I don't.
No, wasn't
think
it Burner
so.
that played it yesterday as well?
Did they?
It wasn't.
I don't know. Chat, can someone
And then
check
and then
who played
and
the
then
offlane Medusa
Kama, you
recently?
destroyed it on Wind Ranger as well. Like Kama
Oh,
picked-
yes. Yes, it was.
10 seconds
And
to
then-
go.
Or was that a 1 Medusa? That was a 3 Medusa.
It was a 3 Medusa,
5
yeah, because it
seconds.
was Bernard's also
Wind
they
Ranger-
won that game.
I really don't like this Wind Ranger pick. It does not.
No, it feels like they were also thinking about the game yesterday. It's terrible into Centaur. It's going to get grabbed by Clockwork. You can't. Do you know what I mean? You can't wind run out of the cog. I mean, you can, but you're still going to risk getting hit by the cogs.
And the Tinker blind is also time based and not attack based, so it just disables you completely.
I feel like they've picked something that has been countered by everything so far.
Yes, it's not really right. It's
Like-
laser. Yeah, it's the blind duration, so it's not based on how many attacks you do. So you just blinded for a while.
She's going to be focus firing. The Centaur can't be a target because she'll kill herself.
5 seconds.
Clockwork can just grab her and trap her and stun her. Tinker is
And
just
it's gonna
going to
have a
say,
blade
guess
mail.
what? You don't hit anything. Yeah, and he's going to buy a blade mail. Actually, he might not.
Well, in this game, you buy Blade Metal. Against Wind Ranger, you always play Blade Metal. And against Lich, it's also pretty decent.
No, I can't remember who it was I was talking to the other day who's not a big fan of the blade mail on the Clockwork.
It's you.
No, it's not. I am a big fan of blade mail on Clockwork. I always buy it. Other than the other day when I didn't buy it, but that's because I had a bad lane and I thought that I should get a save or something. But anyway,
This one's going to have to do a lot for Bernard. It's going to have to do a whole lot.
I've just been going
gonna have
into a
to
Wind
be
Ranger.
able
The
to-
silence could be good on like getting an orchid or something, but
So we're looking for Seething Hiram here. He's
Yes,
got
they
a
need a
few
mid.
banned out.
they've
But-
banned a lot. They've banned the Quap
Radiant's
now, banning that
Definitely
PA
ban the
now and the
Storm here.
Troll. They
Don't know if
need.
Seething plays Storm.
I don't
Does he
know.
play any spirit?
No, he plays Storm. Massively plays Storm. Yeah, they want to get rid of Storm here.
Radiant's pit.
Oh, they haven't. They've got rid of Necro. Why would you get rid of Necro here? Necro's not even good into this team.
Yeah, for sure. There's this. I mean, I guess it's kind of good against Wind Ranger, but not really.
Storm's like one of Seething's most played heroes and one of his best. I actually really like his Void, to be fair, but I reckon he picks Storm in here
10
easy.
seconds to go.
I feel like you have to pick like a gyro here just to make sure that you're like.
5
Yeah,
seconds.
that's what
Kind
I
of
was
have to pick
thinking.
someone that can completely take over the game because everybody else just does nothing. The Wind Ranger
Legion
pick-
carry. Put the Wind Ranger 1
Oh.
up.
It's either Ursa or Gyro. Maybe if you can, you pick the
Dyer's
Morphic
big.
yourself, but I don't think they can play it.
Oh my god, he picked the
It is
Legion!
a Legion carry. Maybe it's a Medusa carry. Maybe they said there's 3.
They might, but it's literally because I reckon this is literally because they got countered by the Legion yesterday, and they're hoping they can do the same thing to the anti-mage.
I mean, it does work, but it struggles so much with all the other
10
heroes.
seconds to go.
Yeah. Yeah, big time. I mean, Clockwork
5
doesn't
seconds.
need that much to survive a Legion duel early on. You know, like grabbing like at least one bracer. I mean, he's going to help him sort of just survive that.
Clockwork just lives all the time, basically.
I mean,
doesn't
especially if
lose.
he has a blade mailman, just get it off, or his battery, or his battery assault. Plus, you've got the Tinker with those bots. That's a heal. It's not great.
I mean,
guess you picked up
there's
some
a
more
way I
lockdown.
can see this. If this Legion Bounty Wind Ranger kill squad gets rolling and actually finds a few early game kills when they all hit 6,
Yeah.
it's a fucking it can kill a lot of heroes early on, and it can start rolling because every kill you gain extra damage on Wind Ranger and Legion, and you get extra gold and extra experience from all those kills. It can very quickly spiral out of control. for
Oh
teams
my
like that.
god, this is not what I saw coming.
Time to pick
Okay.
some of these folks.
Actually,
The
I've
Seething
just remembered he
tanking mid.
plays it, but it would have been maybe nice to see a Seething Bloodseeker. Too little too late to mention it now, but like nice into Wind Ranger. I think perfectly fine into Legion and the others. Don't know
Yeah,
how it
but
fares into Medusa, but
It struggles against Wind Ranger early on, and he wants to win his lane.
that's true. That is true. I think chat
So,
pointing out that if Bernard wins lanes, they could have a shot, and they've got a chance of doing okay in lanes. I mean, Clock
Yeah,
could be rough here.
they can
but-
absolutely steamroll this game. Like Bernard has a chance with the Wind Ranger Legion Bounty combo. They can absolutely steamroll. But if it isn't that, this game's going down the drain, and quickly. So
Indeed. Right,
Let's-
chat, get your predictions in. Who will win game 2? Will it be Sitout once again, or will Bernard manage to claw this back to a 1-1? Personally, You know, like I'm obviously a big Sitout fan, like, but I'm remaining somewhat impartial here. I really want to see some back and forth. I also love rooting for an underdog. I'd love to see Bernard get some more here, and I like that their draft is. It's not wacky, but you know what I mean. It's more out
Creative.
there. It's more creative. But I'm looking at the comfort on Sitout here, and we've seen anti-majors get ahead and just take a game kind of regardless of what happens to the rest of their team. And Nazir is one of those who's going to be capable of it. So, but remember, guys, if you're betting potatoes, Bernard's the value bet here at the moment.
I'm just going to follow my ranked rules that I've set up for myself. If an AM is in your team, never double down. If an AM is in the enemy team, always double down. And that is why I'm going to go for Bernard, because I'm so convinced that AM is such a bad pick. Even into Medusa, it's still really bad. It's so weak. But it can spiral out of control, and that is Ian is probably a player that can reach that stage.
I also think that I really like Wind Ranger. Feels like a hero that Penn could do some work on. Like, it's fast, he can move around quickly, he could gank, he should do okay in lane, but at the same time it just doesn't feel good this game. It's kind of the issue. Okay, so coming out on the dire side for Sitout, we've got Catastrophe on Centaur, Lulu on that Tinker. We've got Wurzag on the Clockwork. I mean, both of these two supports, killer on Clockwork. Nazir on that very cringe-worthy AM. That's scum level picking here, but we've seen it from a lot of teams. And Seething on the Scorpion, the Sand King. Early fight possibly coming. Out goes Snake. That's going to be a little bit of damage, but Rami is...
What the hell are you doing, Rami?
What, you mean? Is he on the wrong facet? No, he's got the right facet.
It's got a moment of courage level 1.
Okay,
5-man overwhelming odds right there in front of him.
Yeah, I mean, maybe one has survivability. If they're going to back off now, we can have a quick talk that we've got Bernard Humperdinck on Bounty Hunter. We've got Door on Lich that they've stolen this game. We've got Penn going mid on the Wind Ranger, Bernard Sorcerer on that offlane Medusa, and Rami looking like a carry Legion here. I don't know how I feel about Carry Legion. Like, it could be good and it could scale very well, but also he needs... If he's carry, he's going to have to farm, and if he's farming, he's not getting picks.
It has to steamroll. It has to steamroll. And snowball out of control.
Which is a bold sort of commitment for Bernard to make after how game 1 went in the lanes.
Yeah, for sure. He does have a Lich this time. Gonna help him a lot. Lich obviously a very strong laning hero.
Lich also possibly in trouble. We're gonna see. Oh, what is this? Battery assault level 1?
I guess he's not completely aware of the Clockwork meta.
But he is. He's got expanded armature. He's played Clockwork like a semi recently. Wurzag, you have surprised me this evening. Looking at these matchups. Ooh, early stun coming out on Catastrophe. A lot of damage coming out onto Door on that Lich. I'm interested to see how Rami's going to farm here and how well he's going to do. He's low on mana, he's got none. 57 mana. He does have a Mango.
He's also expertly staying out of range of his passive, so he's not getting any mana back.
How do you feel about the fact that they are obviously laning a Medusa into an anti-mage and a Clockwork?
I'm happy with that. That's kind of fine.
Okay.
The idea of Medusas is you are not as tanky as you would like to be, but you're still really annoying to play against in lane. His level 2 is a bit scary, but like you have to be careful about the timings that they might be able to use against you. But in general, you annoy the anti-mage enough to keep him at bay, I'd say. Especially with the disruption that a Bounty Hunter can take. You could really use a stronger support than Bounty Hunter, but...
Yeah, there's a lot of damage going back and forth in the bot lane here. No one dying yet, though. Mid matchup, have we got any sort of clear victor here? As we see Seething take a lot of damage.
Yeah, this power shot harass should be pretty good. But Wind Ranger should be early, really strong, but can die. She can definitely die. Well, he has to be careful though. This power shot could kill. If he hits his power shot...
Lovely dodge. Have we got any speed? No, we haven't. I wonder if we'll see any sort of like... you know, like a quick Windlace pickup on Seething or something just to help him dodge the power shots. I mean, he seems to be doing okay. Rami, on the other hand, taking a lot of damage in this bot lane, just really eating harass.
Yeah, this 0-1-1 build on Legion carry, I do not understand. He's maxing his E, I guess, so he's never gonna get his Q in this game. But his Q is one of the strongest abilities he
I
has.
get there's maybe an argument that the Q isn't giving you armor, so like you're not picking up for survivability, but it's very good to secure last hits, especially given that he's currently struggling in this lane.
Also, it just deters any enemy from ever going toward near you, right? Because you can't do just these huge chunks of damage. It's just such a good harass tool.
I mean, last hit wise, my god, Catastrophe storming ahead.
I mean, Centaur is a very, very good hero to last hit. So he's got a very satisfying
73
last hit
damage versus 67.
and some
Yeah.
damage.
Yeah, I mean, clearly doing all right with it. Trying to keep the creeps out from under his tower here. And he's not really taking any harass either, so like he can just go big into his double edge if he wants.
Yeah, for sure. You kind of want to level stun early on, so he did that.
Yeah.
Which is right thing to do, because you do just kill yourself with double edge. it is a lot of damage you do to yourself if you don't buy any magic resistance, and that will take a while to get online.
Boots to the Wraith Band up for Nazir. Although he is still taking a lot of harass from this Medusa. Managing to hold her own in the lane, but not last hitting very well at all.
Bounty Hunter is sadly not playing the correct way to just... He's not playing off lane enough.
Oh,
He could have killed like 6 couriers already this game, and he decided not to. Or he's not doing that. Which is kind of the job of the Bounty Hunter, to just run out, kill couriers.
He's in the wrong lane for it, really, isn't he?
I mean, he could just be playing like...
Oh no, how? Did you see that? The courier went just behind the tree as he would have gotten vision of it, and he missed it. Oh, it was his courier. No, never mind, it was the Medusa courier. I thought he just missed a courier. No, he's in the right lane for it. I'm getting confused which side he's on.
It's just, he's struggling to make plays on the Bounty Hunter early. At least go mid and secure the room.
Okay, as soon as the gaze coming out onto Lulu, but there's not really any follow-up. Out comes the March. Oh, if only he had Q on the Legion, that would have been a kill. Unfortunately, they do lose door on the Lich. And that's first blood going the way of Catastrophe. Catastrophe having a great lane here. Oh!
Committed onto Medusa, and it was too much.
I mean, the Medusa is very low, but the kill on the anti-mage is very nice. How does the anti-mage... Is the mana break percentage based?
No, it's set amount, I believe.
No, mana burned as damage. Yeah, 50% of the mana burned. So Medusa actually doesn't have that much... Oh no, it does have quite a lot of mana, my bad. It's just early on.
Yeah. Medusa's kind of like... You do a very huge amount of damage to Medusa if you hit the That is a fact that I'm not going to be denying in any way. Right? It is an incredible amount of damage, because you do your damage 3 times. Kind of, you hit a normal damage that takes away her mana, that makes your mana break damage do more damage, and then you also do the mana burn that also is kind of damage. It's kind of crazy.
Got a level in return now on Catastrophe, as he's taking a few right clicks there from Door, but Door basically taking them right back again. Rami got to be careful. He's taking a lot of damage from these machines, which is a little unfortunate. Meanwhile, on the top lane, we did see a root, but no real follow-up after that. I mean, Medusa has to very low. Yeah, like the clarity in the backpack, in the stash, sorry, but nowhere near coming out, as I think our courier's still making its way back to base off a recent trip.
Yeah, he needs to hit a few good snakes, and then he'll be fine. We hit the range creep and Wozak and Azir, that would be ideal. Or maybe even the Centaur.
Yeah, Pen looking a little low in mid here. Now with Focus Fire up. But also Epicenter available on the big old Admiral Seething Sand King. And an Invis rune. We got a bottle on Pen? We do.
Burner Humperdinck in trouble.
He is trapped in those cogs. Getting right clicked by an anti-mage. Oh, lovely root. Oh no! Unfortunate snake getting... Is the snake deflected back there, or is that the... What's Facet's he gonna use Manifest?
No, that's not a deflect, but it's just not enough damage because it's not enough fight to burn it. But, yeah, they're a bit too greedy on Bernard Humperdinck there. He's also gone for 2 points of Janata. Obviously getting more gold is always more good, but you kind of want to scare your troops. He's not going bot.
Oh, out comes the fear though onto Lulu. The machine's out doing a good amount of damage to Door as that Frost armor disappears. We are going to see Lulu fall, but Pen now coming in with a rotation as well. They want to get Catastrophe, but he's got that return. He's got a level in it. Oh, 2 levels in it, actually. Pen is going to kill himself. Pen needs to run. Catastrophe looking to see if he can return anything. He's hanging around in this lane. He gets the double edge out onto Door. I think he dies for this. Finally, a leveling, overwhelming odds from Rami, and he gets a kill with it. So we're already seeing value from that. Gonna have to ask him why he held onto this for so long later, because I want to know.
You take 4 heroes down bot and you get 2 kills for it, but one of you dies. Not quite worth it. I mean, Seething getting a rune forward, getting a lot of like free experience mid. So Pen is now in trouble because Seething can now potentially kill him. He's got 4 levels in Sandstorm, so he's just now fine clearing every wave. Pan can.
Yeah, I mean he's just going to push this tower down. He's got a regen rune ready to go as well. That's pretty rough.
This is where you need to send your. You leave your Medusa alone, who's perfectly fine to be on his own and just wants levels. Send Burn at mid. You send your Burn at mid and you
But instead, Pen is coming top, looking for Wurzak here. Door is in deep. Where is Door going? Out comes the cogs though. Pen just losing all his mana here. Does manage to dodge a cogs. Humperdinck in deep. Frost armor coming out. Nice invis frost armor. Oh, I wonder what's there. I wonder what it could be.
Hesitant to pull the trigger. Burner too hesitant, and then you just flicks
Oh no! And then I think we see the stampede for bots so that they can go onto Rami, and they don't manage to quite secure the kill. I don't think they can catch this either. So the stampede did save top. I think it got
You just lost the mid tower to
support sound, but
to Senko. They like all of this was so bad because you just lost your mid tower for nothing. And now Door's even going to die.
No, Door is going to die. We're popping the epi for Door. I mean, okay. I mean, it kills.
He has a regen rune, so it's instantly back on the mana. It's just the cooldown isn't even that long.
Yeah, it's one of these, isn't it? We've talked about it before that even though it's a big ult, early on, a kill's a kill. You know, like it's nice.
Yeah, it's just Bernard standing next to Inazir for like 10 minutes there. Just watching his mid tower die and not going on the AM, and then just waiting for Wurzak to walk, for Door to walk up, and then Door gets in vision range, and Bernard still doesn't pull the trigger, and Anazir just blinks away, and then he's just wasted 5 minutes.
Yes, the net
worth. I want to see a duel here on Lulu, but I don't know if it's going to do enough. Maybe they put it on Catastrophe as well. Not going to do a lot of damage.
No, I don't think you want to duel. You don't want to duel Catastrophe though, and he doesn't have a blade mail. Oh, he's accidentally clicked on the watch, the gate. Did he do that twice, or did someone else click on it? I mean, you lose mana every time you click on it. It doesn't wait for you to go through. Seeding also down bot. I mean, it's very clear. I don't think he wants to attack anything here. I don't know why he's off to check the wisdom. If they haven't got the wisdom shrine now, then I don't know what they're doing. Either that or Humperdinck doesn't know his 7 times table, which I suppose is a possibility. Yeah, Door in trouble. He's very low level really at this point. Stampede looking to catch. Oh my god, they get a lovely shackle shot, but then Door hanging around to try and get the sinister gaze and gets taken down by Wurzak, who just runs in and drops the cogs on him.
They see Bernard. They see
Pen and Rami both running away, but yeah, they should find Bernard Humperdinck.
They see him, but they can't really do anything against him right now.
He pops. Oh, he's popped just back in Sentry Vision.
Doing?
He is going to get away, only barely though, as Bernard Sorcerer comes in, but not with a lot of mana, and therefore not with a lot of health.
He's been useless on this Bounty Hunter right now. He's just walking into sandstorms and marches and just dying.
Yeah, I think there's a lot more love for support Bounty Hunter than I think it has credit for. Like,
it is good, but he's not playing it directly. He could be hunting the Enazir, he could be hunting the Lulu. But he's just standing in sandstorms and marches and just dying.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a bit unsure what both supports are doing on Bernard right now.
I mean, Door's doing what he kind of needs to do. He wants to be in these fights. He wants to kind of get his own.
Yeah, but he's not. That's what I'm saying. He's currently farming top lane.
You cannot farm into. You cannot currently fight into the marching cheese. It's too strong. Lulu's level 6. He can cast these defense matrixes out.
There's a rune pen. Check the rune.
It's good, but.
He's running for it, but he might have some issues for it. Is he going to get crapped? No, not quite. Seething with... Seething does have the blink. I mean, he could have. There's no tower here. They have smoked up. They want to look for something because they need to start getting these kills, but we still don't have a blade mail. This is a POS 1 Legion.
Yeah, he's level 6 and has nothing.
The benefit that they had going for them on Bernard was that the anti-mage wasn't super farmed, but anti-mage is now just in the jungle farming away. Doesn't have a spell here yet, but I mean, very nice. Very nice that they get the kill there. That's going to gain them back a bit of gold, and he gains back Rami a bit over top. Looking for Lulu. Door taking a bit of damage from the March of the Machines. They're going to dive the tower. Other rotations coming in. They're not. Stampede is set off, but I think only to try and help Lulu make an escape.
Seeding has a TP scroll, Blink, and Epicenter, and he's decided not to join them. That would have been like an easy triple kill.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe thinking that, firstly thinking they wouldn't dive for it, and then secondly thinking that he'd be dead by the time they got there. I mean, they took a little bit longer to kill Lulu than I would have thought.
It's a tinker. It's hard to kill. But yeah, that's some great recovery right there. Let's see if they can keep it going. They need to keep catching up. They need, especially if they need these trap kills, right? You now have your level 6 with Bounty Hunter. You, Rami, Bounty Hunter, and Pen need to absolutely take control of this map now. They have to keep pointing Energia, keep pointing Seething, keep pointing these kills with the 3-ults, and start stacking up these positive buffs that you get from kills.
Have you done something, by the way? Because your mic quality has just dropped a bit.
I've leaned back.
Oh, okay, that was it. You just suddenly went a lot tinier, and I was like, what has happened here?
I've leaned back. And like,
well, lean back in. You should be on the edge of your seat, Siler. It's all going down in the GFG.
Fine.
We've got a big old rotation coming through the portal as Bernard fully smoked up, heading bot. Look, they could find Nazir down here,
this is
and
exactly
they're going to. There goes the shackle shot. Unfortunately, didn't land on anything else. Oh, but the fear! Oh, what a sinister gaze coming in clutch. Oh, and a lovely little kill shot there.
And he just got the track on him. He just got the track on him. So perfect.
Honestly, I'd really like to. I'd like to submit that possibly for, you know, if Bernard win this, that's putting Door in contention for man of the match for MVP.
Because
what that sinister gaze was so clutch. The spin was starting for the blink animation, and he just grabbed him.
Oh, Lulu might be in trouble here if he just ults him right now. The marsh is too strong. I mean, yeah, but it's just one button. It's you have to press. Oh, that's an interesting stampede.
But they're looking to come in under this. Catastrophe TPing in, but Seething's going to wrap behind. Might manage to bait them under the tower, though. Oh, lovely fear. They're stopping the stun.
Oh, here comes Seething with the ult.
Oh, but here comes Wurzak. Lovely cogs. But out comes the Lich ult. Seething now having to stay away from the rest of his team for a little bit. But he is just gradually hitting down Door, but he is now tracked, so they are going to see him barely winning that duel on Rami, and he dies soon after. But they do take down Catastrophe. I mean, interesting that they went for Catastrophe, to be honest.
I mean, it was the kill that gave itself to them because Lulu's defense matrix everybody else.
Fair enough. I was just thinking Wurzag was in the mix quite low, but yeah, I mean, take what you can get here. Shame that Rami dies, but does get the duel win. He does have his blade mail.
It's a great zoning ult from Door there to make sure that like if Seething just jump him instead of the 2 heroes, which I guess he wants to blow up the Lich quite quickly. Yeah. But Lich is quite tanky actually. With just the magic one is quite tanky, and got the frost shield out on him obviously. Oh, Pen didn't decide to go for anything new. There's a ult and power shot. Could have killed Wurzag.
I don't know what you think. This might just be me not having the right opinion, but I'm a bit upset that they left this Medusa as POS 3 and Rami as POS 1. Now, obviously, where they actually lane doesn't matter. It comes down to farm priority. But I think the build that the Medusa's going is still the POS 3 build, the Meteor Hammer, the Gleipnir, and Rami is still just going the exact same build you would go playing this Legion Commander anywhere on the map. And it's not particularly like farm heavy because he doesn't want to stay out of fights. He wants to get duel wins.
Yeah.
So I kind of think they should have just, you know, subscribed their Medusa to Jungle Weekly and left him to farm up. We do have vision here, so Wurzag is going to get Bernard Humperdinck into the cogs, but now with the rest of the team going in, Humperdinck's slow, going to get that frost armor, but Stampede is going to help Wurzag make a run for it. Bernard trying to keep the push up, but they don't want to dive that tower. They don't know what's behind it.
I don't mind what they're doing. They have to win this game in the early game, and they have to snowball. So they need everybody to be able to join a fight. They can't sit anyone in the jungle.
Yeah, fair enough.
So they, Rami is going for the. I feel like if you're playing one league, he's going for an explosion or something like that. So he's gone for the complete. He's gone for a ring of Bassi.
The ring of Bassi, I'm assuming at some point, because he's got the ring of protection as well, he's going to build into a Vladimir's.
Radiant's bottom tower.
That makes no sense.
But
you have inbuilt lifesteal. You do not need a Vlad.
I mean, your inbuilt lifesteal is like percentage chance to lifesteal. So like,
yeah, but
having
then
more
it's an 85%
lifesteal is good. But you're right. Like, it's weird for him to go it early. I don't love the Bassi. I get that he wants mana regen, but I mean, what's Bassi compared to like Null's Talisman? I mean, Null's Talisman gets you stats.
Very bad. All right, they need to find kills here, lads. You cannot let off the pattern. You have to keep going.
You're saying Bassi is worse than Null's, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you should have got Null's.
Then, like, you cannot sit back on Bernard Humperdinck. You need to be constantly in the enemy jungle, dewarding it, and finding tracks. You don't have to find track kills yet. You wait for Rami and Pen to catch up, but you have to be annoying.
We could be seeing a catastrophe classic here, though, as he heads his way down into the bot lane, the opposite side of the map to the rest of his team. Smoke up on Bernard, but they're gonna find go through the portal. They know he's there. They've scanned. So they know he's moving back down the river and farming in that area. Who else is here? Who else is here? I saw another. It's Wurzak. There we go.
Way too passive on Bernard.
Sorry, chat. We were flying around the map there for a second with me unable to find them. Oh my god, no. Wurzak's left. Pen now running in. He does blink away. He's already used the counter spell, but he's not. They're not going to manage to catch him.
Yeah, there's a sentry right there on the cliff.
And the Watcher. Yeah.
It's just Bernard is so passive. So passive. He really needs to be way more in your face. If you're playing a hero like Bounty Hunter, you have an invisibility that you have from level 1. So you have to just like basically your area of map. I don't know if you can see if I draw on the map. I can't.
No, I can't. Oh, maybe I can't see it on. Can you draw on the actual map? Because I can't see that. I think I can see if you draw on the floor.
I can't draw on the map. Yeah, basically he needs to play behind in like. If he's ever playing behind, like, anywhere in front of the tier 1 towers of Dire for himself, like, he has to be constantly on the Dire side of the map and basically behind every tier 1 tower.
TP's going bot from Bernard. Rami looking for something. He pops the attack. He's not going to find anything, though. Catastrophe does find him. Drops the stun. Bernard Sorcerer coming in behind Nazir, hiding in the trees. Oh, Nazir nearly caught there by the Medusa with the root, but not quite. And everyone just going to run down river now. All together now. Shackle shot not going to land on the tree, so there's not.
Rami finding a duel.
But he gets the jewel onto Lulu. There's no damage, though. There is no damage.
Yeah, he doesn't win it on his own because he doesn't have a skill on any high level, right?
Yeah, and well, even if he did, he's not going to do enough damage on a single target. He can't even chase down the kill. He's now stuck in Cog, 0 mana. Meanwhile, Nazir now coming in on the backline, trying to take down Bernard Sorcerer. I know Bernard Sorcerer not really a backline, but he was on the backline at the time, and he's going to die anyway. And now looking for more. Rami also without any mana. I mean, this Clockwork really is just amping the damage on the... Oh, no, the return! Oh. I mean, it only goes back onto door, so it's not too much, but Catastrophe able to just, you know, tank the shit out of that with the creep and follow up to take down the Lich. And we've lost 4 heroes on what I think was originally kind of a fight started by Bernard. It's not gone well for them.
This is basically GG. This is you've lost all momentum. And this Catastrophe now has he's rushed hard and he's got it. Because he's gotten so many kills on these things.
He came out of lane like highest net worth. I think he did really well.
It's just down to this god awful Legion carry book. Like, what is the idea?
You should have gone Medusa carry. I know you're saying they need to finish it early, but the Medusa could hold them in the late game. I have it on good authority from chat that a Medusa can take on an anti-mage.
Even Medusa doesn't carry there. You need if you pick the Legion, you have to play it carrying. You have to.
Well, I'm sorry, Sala. Chat said that Medusa could do it, and
but then the Legion's going to be useless, and Medusa does not win against Tinker ever. Like, it's against in the 1v1. Yes, maybe you can beat an AM, but not really. But with the rest of your draft, you cannot play
Yeah.
that passively. So if you pick the Legion, you have to play Legion 1 and you have to...
But the Legion here is only really picked to go up against the Anti-Mage, and they're not managing to do that. I mean, he didn't Blade Mail.
Yeah.
He didn't Blade Mail before he dueled. I feel like Rami just isn't comfortable on the hero, to be honest.
He's also not playing... He's also not playing... pressing overwhelming odds in the duel, which you can do.
Yeah,
and it gives you attack speed.
I don't think Rami's familiar with the hero, and I'm not even sure anyone on their team massively is, because we're not seeing these issues corrected.
He's gone 3 levels in his W, he's got 4 levels in his E, no levels. Like, the reason you skill your overwhelming odds is because it's good burst damage in the lane, and it gives you attack speed in the duel. It's insane.
It's not just good burst damage in the lane, it's good burst damage every single team fight.
Yeah.
And a bonus 125 attack speed, like...
That is how you kill people.
Yeah.
And then you need to go for items like enough corrosion.
But
I wouldn't have hated a harpoon or something.
He needs
instead of a blade.
No, maybe, but the harpoon's a lot more expensive. He needs the blade mail, that's the main one. But he's not. I suppose
really.
You're right that he's not the catch.
As a one legion, you don't even need the blade mail. You can just slap them down, and rely on your actual slaps to do the damage instead of like the return.
I don't know. I kind of like the blade mail for going up against the anti-mage, but
it's not bad. Obviously, dual blade mail is one of the classics, but it's like you don't need it as a one legion. It's not a guaranteed item to get, because especially if you're dueling like a Clockwork or Tinker, blade mail is going to do jack shit. So you as a one,
yeah, it's true.
Go for Deso. Go for Open Corrosion, Deso, Echo Saber, for something like that. If you're gonna play Legion 1, make it interesting. Gotta get this duel.
But meanwhile, yeah, they're looking for something here on Catastrophe as Sitout takes down the mid tower, but out comes a Stampede. They're going away. No, Seething's going in. There's an epicenter here onto Rami. He does pop the blade mail, but not going to do anything. He's going to go down. Birded Sorcerer is going to get the Stone Gaze off onto a couple of them, but not able to do too much to follow up. I mean, Bernard Humperdinck throwing out the Shuriken there onto Catastrophe. I'm not sure I saw the health bar move.
Yeah, he doesn't die. If he has Lulu behind him and
so tanky now.
With the hard, he just does not die. There's just like this is where you need it, where an Ursa pick, for example, would have easily taken care of the problem of Catastrophe, because he cannot be this tank. Or if
Gaben giving the burn, would have been able. Gaben giving the burn a 6% chance at victory.
That's actually high. I would put it even lower.
Oh, it popped up to 7 briefly. I'm not sure why.
Invisibility.
Guessing because they didn't take anything from these kills and everybody respawned. Right, they didn't take any towers from getting killed right in front of them.
Quite possibly.
But, I mean, they just like you had to keep up the momentum, and it's just not there anymore.
Right, let's.
It is now down to an extreme mess up from Seething or Inazir to really win this game.
Yeah, let's think positively. Let's get the canisters out and huff some copium. How do they bring it back? How do they get back in this? Is this how they bring it back? He's popped the blade mail. He's got him for the duel. The team is here. They get the kill on the Seething. That's a duel win for most of the team as well. But now the Cogs is down. 2 trapped in it. In comes Catastrophe with a big stun. Rami, stop running into the Cogs, my man. There's an AM on his way and you've got no mana. They've only taken down Seething so far, but they haven't lost anyone for it yet. Out comes the Lichel as they stampede away, but not going to bounce on anyone. Unfortunately, Rami is caught by EA Nazir and taken down there. They don't lose anyone else for it. I'm going to say that's possibly still a net positive for
that's extremely worth
Bernard,
it,
but
you have to do this basically 20 more times, I'd say.
And it's not just that. You can't lose your carry every time you do it because you're going to start losing buildings.
Yeah. But like that's a really good point, right? You have to find someone that doesn't have Catastrophe or Lulu next to them. And
I'm proud of Rami. He popped his blade mail. I mean, look at the guy go.
Look at where he's learning on the fly. He's still level 10 though. Like he's still sort of doing
he's level 10. He's level 11. Stop with the lies, Sylar.
He just hit it. He just
fake news. It's fake news.
But it's a level 1 duel, and level 1 duel doesn't give a lot of damage. It's not very long. It gets harder and harder to kill anyone in it.
I mean, he can pick up his shard at some point. That it does retroactively give bonus damage for every duel win. So
yeah, but also retroactively depending on the win. So even for level 1 win, it's only 15 more damage. Right?
Oh, you're finding a Lulu. This is a great find if they can kill it.
They do manage to kill it. It's another duel win. They're doing it. They're doing the thing. Oh, here's an epicenter. The thing is dead. Long live the thing.
Rami can maybe TP up, but he does have ads.
Oh my god, is he juked? Juked! Blink! Yes, he blinks! He blinks!
What a play.
He's taking a watcher. I thought he was TPing. He's TPing now.
Radiant's top towers and bad
That's where you found Bernard.
Bernard Sorcerer possibly in trouble. I think he just walks away from this. Oh, no. Hello, Wurzak.
But he does has his all. He
Out
just
come the
hides.
cogs, out comes a stun, out comes another stun, now in a sandstorm. Oh, but
Great
Ritual,
Ritual.
very nice. Stampede pop to get them all away. They Delta split the shit out of that. Bernard Sorcerer with the Stone Gaze also drops the Meteor Hammer and slithers his way out of there. I mean, nice save by Door. Shame he had to use the, well, not shame he had to use the ult for it. Shame nothing really came from it, but...
Tower ain't a pretty sight right
Pen looking to push out on Nazir, but not going to find him. Bot lane is being pushed in currently. Lovely Sinister Gaze doesn't hold it very long. Yeah, he could have held that. Oh no, that's Ice Spire I'm looking at. I'm like, he can hold that for 15 seconds? No, it's 1.1 seconds. Yeah, it makes more sense.
I mean, that is about as good as it's gonna get, and you need to find that a few more times. And as you sadly, he got
Yeah, it was a lovely
really
escape.
greedy. And as he got really greedy there, up there, he's got a Lincoln's now, so he's kind of trying to bait this duel. But like, if he ever messes up again, and someone like passes any spell on him to break the Lincolns, he might die and give a lot of gold away.
Yeah, I mean...
But at least get these tracks out, man. He's just not tracking anyone. He's just... For some reason, he's not using the one good spell on his hero.
But
At
that
all.
could be very good for just breaking the Lincolns on AM, to be fair. I was trying to think what could be useful, because I don't think Rami's in a position to buy an item to do it. I'm not sure I like them going the Ags here. Like, I guess the debuff immunity, but...
Very good. It's one of the ways you... It's a way you guarantee kills once you get a few more damage, a few more wins, right? Because it enhances the length of your duel.
Yeah. I have to say, I sometimes feel as a Legion that I'm a bit worried about lengthening my duels, just in case it all goes wrong. Like, you go in on someone, you duel, and then you go, oh no, I've made a mistake, but now it's a long duel. Like, previously, you know, maybe you get out of it. Like, I kind of like the idea of, you know, if I go in and it's fucked, maybe I can survive it. But if I, you know, otherwise I just got to kill fast. Speaking of killing fast, down goes Roshan before we can even realize they're in there. And we have vision.
I was looking at the entire time.
Didn't say anything. So look, come back to us. Come back to your microphone.
It was not it was not interesting at all.
Oh no, there's a duel here.
And he's got been
And
caught.
he's won. But
No, he
the...
didn't.
Wait, he did, but Aegis. Does Aegis counteract the duel win? I'm not sure I actually knew that. We are going to see the kill onto Door with the Mana Void, then closely followed by him taking down Bernard Humperdinck. So no supports available here, and down goes Pen as well on the Wind Ranger. This could be all she wrote, to be honest. A 24k lead, heading in for a tower.
A dual win. It must have stopped at the very end.
It might have ended, yeah. So just as we're talking about how I don't like the extended duel, they could have really used it. Down goes the Rax.
Yeah.
This is the first Rax to go down. The death timers aren't that long. You know,
They're gonna get a second
we've
Rax
still
out
got
of
a fort. They haven't fought it. They didn't fort there at all.
No, they got a new one. Oh no.
No, I don't think they did. They didn't fort. They forgot. Or they missed it. I think people still forget that it's the melee Rax that refreshes it, not the tower. So when the tower's gone, they think they shouldn't use it. Pop the Lincolns, but I don't think anybody's really ready to go in on that. Marching Machine coming through very strongly. Little Sinister Gaze, going to keep Catastrophe in a bit longer, but I don't think he's that bothered. You know, he's getting healed. He's getting purged. He doesn't give a shit. He's just going to stand there and click the tower. This man's invincible. Don't go near him. Now stunned. Rest of the team looking to follow it up. Rami very low, taking a hit from the cogs there. He is going to make it out. Meteor Hammer getting a stun on Catastrophe, but he doesn't care. Again, he's just standing there clicking the tower.
Slap the people left and center.
Oh, finally some damage, but as the creep wave comes in... Oh,
Pen, what are you doing?
Oh, a lovely Lich-Ult in the end, but unfortunately Seething coming in. Pen goes down. Now trying to follow it up with the Stone Gaze, but Wurzak coming in deep onto Rami. Wurzak now possibly in trouble. Are they going to go for the duel? Yes, they are, but the Coax is actually going to push him back. Seething now coming in. Oh, barely not. I thought we were going to see a duel wing on the clockwork there, but not quite. And
Yeah,
Rami
just
buys
good
back
stun.
as I think Bernard Humperdinck went down there to EA Nazir. And another Rax about to hit the floor here. There's nothing they can do, despite the buyback, really. They're 2 into 4 here. They don't have Catastrophe. I mean, that's nice, but I think there's so much damage and sort of general control coming out of the rest of this team here.
They just don't have the damage from Radiant anymore. Like, the only damage they ever had in this game was Windranger, and he's completely run out of damage. He's got one item. It's 32 minutes in, and he's got one item. He's got one mail.
Yeah.
That's a mid-Windranger thing. The same with Medusa. She has a Meteor Hammer and a Rod of Ages. Like, all of these cores are dirt poor. Lulu's above all of them. There's no way to do any damage to any hero.
Wurzak's just
The
playing
only one you
with his
can kill
food now.
is Lulu in a duel without any heal nearby. Everybody else doesn't die to a duel anymore, so honestly I'd just call it. Like, these mega creeps are just a game over. Like, well, what does Gaben say?
Yeah.
Gaben says 100 to 0. Gaben is
Oh my
100%
god.
sure as well.
Gaben does not believe Bernard can do it at all.
Like, this...
I feel like Gaben's not taking everything into account here.
No,
Like,
Gaben is taking everything into account.
No,
There's
but, like,
no way.
Sitout could...
Win.
There could be... You know, Sitout could all get DDoSed. They could all have medical emergencies. The server could crash. Technically, Sitout wouldn't have won then.
I feel like at this point with Deuce, I guess maybe the Deucer can hold against Mega Creeps well enough. But Pen and Legion aren't strong enough to hold against Mega Creeps, so I kind of feel like the Mega Creeps just by themselves.
Oh, so your suggestion is it's 100% because Gaben doesn't even believe that even if Sitout all got Thanos snapped out of existence right now, the Mega Creeps would still beat Bernard.
I'm not sure that Gaben isn't thinking of that. But it's just, if any hero, like if any 2 heroes of Team Sitout stay in this game for 10 more minutes, it's over. So
I know. Do you want me
That's
to
100%
message? Do you want me to message Seething and say, "Hey, can you pick 2 of you? The rest of you go back to your spawn and stay there."
the rest is just chill. Like, honestly, they probably still win. it's
I mean, they are literally just chilling now. Like, I don't know what they're doing.
I guess they're
Is
waiting for
Nazir
next
gonna
Roche, make it
farm up,
100% sure. But
Surely they don't wait for Roche. They've got a 32k lead. Mega Creeps. They haven't lost a fight in about 20 minutes.
honestly, what they could do is just the Catastrophe could just sit right here where the creeps are. He
Yeah.
sits right here and gets hit by both towers. He could just sit there until the towers have died to return, and it's over.
The towers take return
And
damage.
they
Oh, it's
do.
physical, so yeah.
So you can just sit on the towers
Oh,
and
the
just
blink,
let them
the
return.
blink to
damage.
dodge the stun. That was quite nice, but I mean, Catastrophe doesn't give a shit. He's got a Crimson Guard and a Plate Mail, so he doesn't take physical damage anymore, I believe.
Yeah. He's also got a heart to really.
Well, he's had the heart for a while, yeah. Like, that's just generally keeping him alive from the regen, but I mean, look at his health. It's barely moving.
Randy dead.
Dead, unfortunate. Out comes the Lich Ult, but not able to do too much. It's bouncing quite a fair distance. Pen trying to take down Lulu here. Pen not even managing to take down Lulu at this point. It's very unfortunate. Meanwhile, we've lost Door. Lulu survives.
what a warp
Lovely
flare.
stun coming out. They're going to take down Pen. Pen buying back everything they can. Door hasn't bought back. Door, if you're gonna do anything, buy back. Catastrophe coming in, gets the stun onto Pen. Pen gonna go down before he can come out of that stun. And now the attack's going on the Ancient. The GG finally comes out. And that is going to be game 2 going to Sitout. It's a 2-0 once again. That was rough. That was rough, I won't lie.
I mean, I feel like this happened yesterday as well, where Bernard just drafts himself into this corner and then isn't able to execute well enough, because it's actually difficult to execute this draft. It can work, but it's extremely difficult, and you've just done that to yourself. And then it's like
you're like an angry parent, Sila, and they're like Bernard's asking for help, and you've done this to yourselves.
You've done this to yourself, indeed. It's like, why? Just pick normal heroes. Stop picking the Windbreaker. Stop picking just pick a normal one. Pick a Gyro there, and you have a chance to win this game at all stages of the game. Gaben never goes 0% against a Gyro. He never goes 0% against an Ursa. So, and you had both of these options open. Like, I guess, like, just be more aggressive. If you pick an aggressive hero, you have to be aggressive, even if it feels bad.
Rami has gone
It-
into the wrong casting room for his interview. I can't move him.
It does feel a bit like this was a bit of an outskill. Team Sitout did just perform better on their cores and especially on the supports. So I believe there's an MMR difference between these two teams, and it showed.
I'm not
Quite
actually
badly.
sure what the MMR difference really is, because
I'm a straight shooter.
I feel like NOZ is a pretty damn good player when it comes to this tournament.
I
right?
think this
And
is like
Seething's also not
Legend.
bad.
Seething's creeping his way up Legend, I think. Catastrophe's Archon, and Lulu and Wurzag, I'm not too sure, to be honest.
I mean, Lulu played better than all of his other teammates. So whatever rank he has, he's better than Seething the NOZ. So you have three very competent players. Whereas on Bernard, you have Pen and Rami, and then you're already looking down the barrel a bit.
Sorry, I'm just struggling to get Rami in. Rami apparently can't see room 2. Why is room 2 private? We need a moderator.
I need an adult.
I need a moderator. Catastrophe's calling me out now. This isn't my tournament. This is my Discord. I'm just here as a volunteer. Don't take this out on me. God, I'm just here to get I'm just here to get paid. I'm working minimum wage.
All I'm going to say for Rami here is, if you're going to play Legion 1, going for the 3 build, as you've pointed out, is not the right way to do it. You have to go for an Orbital Corrosion. You have to go for like aggressive items that make you kill people in their duel and not hope that people kill themselves on hitting you in their duel. So that you actually can run around the map. And even if the duel is then used, you're still strong because you're right-clicking hard.
Yeah.
I have to preemptively apologize to casting room 1 for jumping into that game.
I saw you go in and I was like, he's in the wrong room. I don't know what he's doing there.
He's talking with some random people.
How are you, Rami? Have you had a good evening?
Yeah, you know, it wasn't too bad. We tried a few things. It rather backfired spectacularly.
I just need to turn you up a little bit. There we go.
I mean, both of
microphone.
your picks were last
No,
picks.
it's all right.
They felt very, very like forced and necessary.
So
Do
let's.
you just not play like the usual core roles like the Jarus, the Ursus, or is it just?
I
want to-
do, and but as a team we were like, okay, it worked in the other game. It's a hard AM counter. We do have Dedusa, who's a hard, who's being hard countered by AM. Do we try and go to something else? But then we obviously didn't have an answer for. I mean, we're talking about game 2 here. But
Before
game 1
you
on there.
upset at least me and possibly other people, let's start at the beginning. A very good place to start. Game 1. Let's do this chronologically, guys. Let's not go crazy here. Because game 1's only getting further away. It's my stream. We'll do it how I want to do it.
Fine, have your way.
So game 1, how are you guys in terms of prep for this, like coming in on the bans and such? Like, does anyone do a lot of research, or do you guys just kind of wing it? Or
You kind of caught me with my pants down here. I want to say that we do a lot of prep. I want to say that we do PowerPoints and that we do a seating justice. But no, I think this is where it bit us slightly. Is where we do look at people's Dota buffs and be like, what are their main played heroes? The minimal amount of prep, but in terms of like coming up with a cohesive strategy, that's pretty much on the day.
hey, look, Seething's the only one out here making PowerPoints. I have a notebook. I go on Dota Buff. I write down the heroes it looks like they've played a lot of recently for their role, and that's about it. So yeah, like I'm with you. Don't worry. Yeah, like it seemed game 1 the bans were maybe a little vaguer. Game 2 you kind of focused more in on the heroes that you'd gone up against. We really liked.
Good about the picks.
We really liked your draft game 1. I think both of us said that we'd go with it. I mean, it was a very sit-out comfort draft that they went with, but it felt like you guys were going to do good work to the axe, and then I think your lanes just went to shit. Really, sorry to be so frank, but it seemed like you kind of lost all 3 lanes, and it started going downhill from there.
Maybe just tell us what did you think went wrong in game 1? Like, where does the team end up on the consensus? What happened in game 1?
Oh well, we definitely lost lanes that we didn't think we were going to lose. Felt like the safe lane for us it didn't feel that bad whilst playing it. We didn't get a lot of kills, but it's Axe.
Yeah,
And,
Axe came out pretty rough on the back of that lane, so to say you lost all the lanes probably isn't fair.
So that felt okay, but then when we exited the laning stage, I think we tried a few moves around the map to try and gank whilst I was farming and caught nothing. And then it was both me and, I guess, because we went Midas on Pen, like both of us farming, and they got very active on the map. I mean, Axe was very active prior to Blink, and then I think I died on his Blink reveal as well.
I think you guys had a bit of a struggle bot at one point near your base behind your tier 2. I think like 3 of you died like one at a time or something.
Entirely possible. That's probably on the Blink reveal.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, it was just. Was there never a chance for you to jump any of the backlines? Because it felt like you just always jumped the Axe with the PA, and it just didn't. The target priority felt a bit off. It felt like you were a bit disjointed, or like things weren't going your way, or you were already tilted or something like that. And I was wondering if you felt like that way, or it was just that you did what you had to do, and this was the only thing you could do.
Probably a bit laser focused. The fights never felt on our terms.
Yeah, that's probably fair.
So yeah, we had a lot of. All right, the last fight's over. Let's go and farm. Someone shows up on a wave. Axe Blink call, and everyone piles in. Lesh became super strong. So did that carry.
Yeah, Lesh is a tricky one.
Ran away from us.
Yeah. When you picked the Wraith King, was that a flex pick? Were you thinking you could play it in a couple different places? Yeah. And then it kind of was there any discussion on like the facet choice or the build or anything like that? It seemed like an interesting choice to go for the spectral blade.
With the skellies not to go. I mean, we thought Lich clears it easily. Axe clears it easily. Lesh clears it easily. Like your skellies are just gonna get eaten up real fast.
Yeah, possibly. I can see where you're coming from. It felt like Bernard kind of had Bernard Sorcerer. I have to full name everybody on this team. It felt like he had a bad lane and then wasn't really able to, because the skellies then help you farm and recover usually, but he didn't have that. And then I think we found the item choice a bit interesting. Like rather than going, I mean, he felt like the lane hadn't given him the option to go Radiance, but I think the common build is Armlet, if I'm not wrong. But he went straight for that Blade Mail.
It's basically if you go Spectral Blade, you have to go for the Armlet Blink Desert. If you go Skellies, you can go for the utility like Radiance Blink Axe build. But like in any case, if you're playing
learn
3,
from that advice.
Yeah,
we will.
If you're playing Wraith 3, even if the Skellies get cleared easily, they farm waves for you, they kill towers for you, and they don't they have 2 lives. So the Lich doesn't really clear through the Skellies, and even an Axe takes a lot of damage while clearing through them. So it's like these level 7 Skellies could have done a lot of impact in these early fights that you were losing quite badly, and that made you fall behind as far as you could. So if you're playing 3 Wraith King, I feel like you always go for Skellies. You never go for the Spectral Blade, unless you have someone on your one that's just, I don't know, like you have a tank Cardell 1 and you think, okay, I need damage, then you could go for the Armlet Besso build and Spectral Blade. And just play carry from the offlane.
Shall we have a chat about game 2?
Yeah, let's move on to game 2. I think both games, we don't have to talk too long about them. Do you know how did you feel like you were outskilled, or was it just you did something wrong yourself in these 2 games?
We definitely got outdrafted, and as a team, entirely outplayed. I think, including me. I mean, and I think I definitely tilted to some degree, especially in game 2. I jumped the AM top. You probably saw it.
Yeah, I think
replay when I didn't get my keybinds right, so I didn't activate my blade mail on the.
That was what we saw it happen, and I think we'd seen it happen a couple of times possibly, and we were wondering like how comfortable you were on Legion, or if you'd kind of pulled it out, because you guys got countered when you picked anti-mage last night, and you had Legion picked into you by Was it by GFG? It was by GFG.
I have played him. I wouldn't say it's a comfort pick, but like I should hit my buttons right.
Yeah.
And after that one, I really noticed like, okay, this is probably not the first time I've missed my blade mail.
We
We were more concerned with your skill build.
Yeah.
With the 0-3 or the 1-3-4 build, where you just put those points in the queue, because the queue is so important to win duels because it gives you attack speed, and you were also not casting it during the duels, which you can do. So it felt like you hadn't played Legion in quite a while and had missed a few patches.
The queue during duel, I didn't realize.
Yeah.
So I'm like on air admitting that I don't even know that's the thing. The other skill build was mainly that lane felt like we were just not gonna be like there's no aggressiveness.
Yeah.
Again, for me
Difficult to kill
against that
something.
lane.
Yeah. But see, because the only other thing I think I said to Siler about the queue is because you were struggling to sort of sit on the wave and farm, and I think that affected your last hits early on. And the queue's really good because usually, I don't know if it's usually actually, I end up always playing Legion in the offlane. This is one of the few heroes I feel like I can weigh in on because I've played enough. But the queue's really good for like last hitting or even just like trying to grab the range creep or something like that. So definitely want to sort of get the queue mixed.
Grateful that they didn't deny as much. I thought this was going to be deny after deny after deny wave wise. I felt like I got more out of the lane than I deserved out of it.
Yeah.
But this is also down to the Lich actually being a good support, right? The Lich as in lane is always happy. You're always happy to have one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like just to move away from I guess berating you about your skill build, like. You guys didn't have like an awful game. It looked early on like Penn was going to hold his own really well against the Sand King. I don't think it necessarily played out that way throughout the entire laning phase, but I think he came out stronger than he did on the Invoker. I think you had a very rough lane. The Medusa 3, I don't really understand the Medusa 3. Not like the picking of it. I get that it's decent. I just don't understand what it's supposed to do and when is more my point.
It did a lot in that game, but the only second grief that I had was have you ever like played with? I don't know how much you've played with Bernard Humperdinck. I'm assuming quite a lot. As you've made a team, but have you played with his bounty hunter a lot? And have you ever like watched a replay of his bounty hunter? If you're
really
gonna draft it,
he's really upset Siler tonight. I think it's.
He's so passive.
I'm really sorry, Bernard. I can't stop him.
No,
he asked for it. We haven't played it, and Bernard tried so damn hard. And when we call Bernard, we mean Bernard Humperdinck. The other guy's Bacon. We always call him Bacon. There's only one Bernard for us, and he's the name of our team. We center around him. He tried really hard and he picked it, and like I'll watch the replay. But he went with us for fights. We tried a few. I think we tried to do what the other team tried to do to our EM, which is smoke up, find the EM, try and catch him. I think we did once.
You managed it once, and I just want to give a shout out to Dor there for grabbing the Sinister Gaze and stopping the blink.
Yeah.
That's true.
Was that plus the shackle shot? The other thing is that we didn't have, other than the gaze, we don't really have any stun-esque really.
Yeah.
That you can stop an AM.
It was a classic. I don't know if you're aware of the old so Axel Slack's video where he just hated why or told you why Wind Ranger is the worst hero in the game. Where it's just there were a lot of shackle shots that just didn't latch and were therefore just useless, and then a lot of power shots, and also like he very well explains it in the kind of thing that you always only remember the good shackle shots, but there were so many. So everyone that latched actually ended up in a kill, but there were a few that just didn't latch, and then you just didn't have anything to follow up with. And then
I'm a level 21 Wendy. She's my most played hero, so
yeah,
I don't agree with Slacks on that one.
But I mean, overall, like you're right. You guys started sort of trying to gank. You did get like a couple of good catches. They didn't always sort of finish up, but you started getting dual wins and moving forward with things. I mean, especially into an AM, it was possibly just a little too late after the laning phase. I know there was calls in chat after the draft that they had faith in you doing it if you could win the lanes. And I mean, maybe your draft maybe just didn't play off. I think Siler was also saying, how you guys needed to play very aggressive, which I think you guys did try to do, but coming out on the back foot, it's difficult to come out with that aggression.
Yeah, we pretty much realized like we're not farming our way back into this game.
Yeah,
Let's try and do something. The centaur became like rushed heart and was like, okay, no, we're not getting a vessel from the looks of it. So this is the problem. How do we kill this guy? And even the duels I got after we started laning. I mean, I think all 4 duels we got on the roam were level 1, so 40 damage isn't all that great.
Yeah, you really struggled to get that level 12, and it showed.
Yeah. Well, at least I didn't give any dual damage to the opposite team. There was a bottom fight there where a dual centaur, where I was like, I think I can kill. I'm pretty sure we can kill him before I die.
Yeah, you died very shortly after that. It was pretty tight. But no, I mean overall, I like perfectly enjoyable games to watch. I think you guys put in a great effort. I hope you're not sort of disheartened by this evening. I mean, Sitout are a particularly well-rounded and drilled team, I feel.
I give the top of the table interesting. So now I think they're well into it. So good luck to Sitout.
Quite possibly.
They felt very. Or I'm probably biased because of the last team we played. We've O2'd obviously 3 different teams. They felt very organized in their team play.
They are,
or maybe we were more disorganized. I don't know. They felt
no,
really good.
they play together a lot. They're, I mean, you already know Seething is the PowerPoint man. He's digging deep into these drafts right now. I mean, always going to be rough.
They're filthy sweaters.
Yeah, filthy little sweaters, and they drafted anti-mage. So I mean, absolute scum. But no,
we were going to draft anti-mage. As well.
But I mean, especially after last night. I mean, tonight a little rougher, but both times I think we said you guys had quite creative drafts, and I like all the guys on Sitout. I really should have been rooting for them, but you guys are the underdogs, and your drafts were fun, and you're enjoyable to watch. And yeah, I was rooting for you guys, and I still will be. I'm looking forward to your next games.
I really like.
I think Falcus are playing your team last. Is that true?
That might be true. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that one. Yeah, if you could do bad drafting and playing in that one.
I really like the ideas that you're trying to pull off. The ideas that you're trying to pull off are really great. And if you ever reach the execution level where those ideas work, those games are going to start becoming very successful. Because I feel like the creativity is definitely there.
I want to see Humperdinck Clock, and I want to see Humperdinck back on Earthshaker. I like both of those. I mean, you got to get a Humperdinck Clocks this game. Yeah, I've seen him play it in RD2L,
he just rushes,
and he does all right on it.
The orchid, no matter what.
I mean, I respect it. Right, well, thank you very much, Rami. A pleasure to talk to you, and good luck to you all, Bernard, in your next games.
Thank you.
Good luck.
All right, can we get something from Sitout? Can we get a Sitout? Don't mind who. Take anyone. I got a feeling we're getting Seething. I'm happy with this.
Seething's always happy to talk about it.
Come talk us through Draft King. I've realised why I'm saying Draft King. It's just clicked in my head that it's like Drift King.
Oh, God. Don't have to pop up as even more.
Is Drift King a thing from anything else? It's from. There's a guy called Drift King in. You know that. What's his name? Is it Freddy? I can't remember the video game like high school series or whatever it is, or video game university. What? It's on YouTube. You should watch it. It's really old now, but it's fun. It's fun.
I mean, I know Drift King has like the things that people call each other sometimes, but it's.
We got Nazir. Welcome, Nazir. Have you been volunteered, or did you just steal it?
No, I'm the only person with casting role in the team, and casting routine can't be seen by anyone else. So that's why.
Amazing. Well, welcome, Seething. How are we feeling? We've 2-0.
Did you just call him Seething?
Sorry. Welcome, stand-in Seething. Sorry, Nazir.
Seething's mouthpiece, like Sauron's mouth.
Yeah, exactly. The mouth of Seething.
So you've 2-0'd now. That'll put you on 6-2, ahead of OGs and level with Spherical. So you'll be tied for second place.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so feeling
Wait,
good?
what's our yeah.
Yes, that'll
I
tie
think
you for
that,
second place.
since Seething started doing the PowerPoints, I feel like we are a lot more like prepped. I think that after our second series, which we like won our first series, and then we won our second series, and both of those we won the game one, and then the game two draft was really wonky and we lost. So I think after that we decided that like if we don't throw the draft, then it like increases our chances of winning massively. So if someone's going like draft prepped, it's fine, you know.
Yeah, I mean clearly, like the drafts are very good. I didn't see the whole PowerPoint tonight. I thought this might be a bit of a struggle because Bernard are sort of fresher to the scene and not seen a lot of them play. I kind of thought this might be a harder one to draft against. And I feel like a lot of the heroes that came out, were they expected? Is Seething sitting there in the chat at the moment, sort of bragging, I predicted everything, wanking himself off like he was the other day?
Let me check back the screenshots. I actually don't think that.
Sorry, just let Nazir check back because he wasn't listening to the PowerPoint in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if Steven's in the draft anyway, so
yeah, I was gonna say Nazir just sits there and waits until his hero pops up last.
Game two was completely not planned at all.
Yeah.
Game one, I would say our picks were like what we planned, but I don't think that what they picked is like anything that we 100% expected.
Yeah,
like,
I think the Invoker felt like it came out of nowhere for me anyway. I mean, you guys were on comfort picks like massively. I feel like the Lulu. I was going to call a snap. What the Hoodwink coming out? Wurzag on the Lich. Catastrophe on the. I mean, these are all straight. I mean, Seething's Leshrac, like he's very confident on that. And the reveal of the previously unseen EA Nazir Morphling. Now revealed to the world.
Waiting to play it for ages because, like, I remember in Green TI it was the only hero who hadn't been played, and then we got knocked out before we could play it. So like,
such a shame. I mean, fuck the guys that knocked you out, right? I mean, screw them.
Yeah. Whoever it is, they must be massive dickheads.
Absolute scumbags. Yeah, true.
I bet they play like Pudge or something.
Yeah. Some disgusting shit like that.
Did we even knock you guys out?
No, I think it was Gov called them.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think we played. We knocked you guys out of upper bracket, but that was it. Yeah, but yeah. I mean, the Morphling reveal. The Morphling was very strong. We were wondering if you were going to get Sunstriked, but unfortunately, the Sunstrikes
Managed to
weren't
not die stupidly on Morphling, which is something that even my players in my bracket are not able to do it.
This genuinely might be the first time I've ever gone 0 deaths on this hero. So, like...
I mean, you guys, nearly all of your team went 0 death. You had 2 on 0, 2 on 1, and then Catastrophe died a few times. But I mean, fair play to him. He didn't die an insane amount. Obviously, there weren't a lot of deaths on your team in general, but he did come out of lane very weak. Nobody made any stacks that game. You had a weak axe coming out of lane, and there were no stacks for him. Was this just an oversight, or...?
I don't really think we talk about stacking that much as a team.
Right, okay.
Maybe due to like past trauma, like past kind of stack stealing based trauma, I think.
What, don't make any stacks in case the enemies steal them?
It's definitely happened to us in the past. Like, I don't think that's the reason why we don't do it, but it's definitely happened to us in the past.
I don't think it helped too much. I don't think Catastrophe would have been able to take the stacks. He was working towards a Vanguard that he hadn't finished yet coming out of lane. So, Catastrophe, we need to talk about Catastrophe's catastrophe of level 7 axe, no culling blade. Not no culling blade cast, not no culling blade like actually hit, literally no culling blade skilled.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't look at my team when I'm playing. I'm literally just farming creeps. But I remember they killed the PA or something. Top, like just the Hoodwink axe, and Seething was like, "Oh, is that like a dunk kill?" He's like, "No, I haven't got a skill." We click on him, and he hasn't. Yeah, I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And then he was like, "Oh, I did it so I can farm." You know, he wanted more points in his counter helix, I guess.
What?
Insanely greedy. I don't know.
He missed skilling on level 6 because for some reason he panic pressed on his Q, And then they've got 2 levels in queue on level 6. And then on level 7, obviously Dota Plus pops up and it's like, yeah, level 7, you skill your E here. Because Dota Plus doesn't think you didn't skill your ult at level 6. So I understand how the level 7 not all skill happens, but the level 6 not all.
Yeah.
Not,
It was
not
told
calling
to us
it
a farming thing, you know, lane recovery thing.
If you actually did it for farming catastrophe, I'm gonna say classic catastrophe. It's wrong. Don't do it again. It's wrong. You could have been in a 1v1 with a PA who's almost going to kill you, and your culling blade could be the difference between life and death.
Yeah.
I was disappointed when I saw that, I have to say. But I was very impressed that he came from behind and managed to get himself back in the game and not just repeatedly feed, which is an easy thing to do as an axe. Like, I've done it many a time myself. You have a bad lane, you come out, you get behind, and you think, well, all I do is jump in and hope for the best. And it doesn't work, but you guys coordinated, you went in, you got some kills. I say you guys, like, you were nowhere to be fucking seen. You're off in the jungle on your own, reading a book.
It helps a lot, though, that mid tower died really quickly, and bot lane went really badly, and the Wraith King was not a hero. So, like, Axe being really underfarmed was kind of, like, not really that impactful.
This was kind of the difference was... when you guys came out the lanes, the Axe and the Wraith King were in very similar positions farm-wise. The difference was that you guys grouped around your Axe and went and managed to get a few kills, and Bernard just kind of weren't able to do that on with the Wraith King. Like, in return.
The Spectral Blade, right? Like, it's...
He did, yeah.
Like this hero really struggles if you can't farm with the... The whole point is to farm with the little skeletons, right? So picking it and then going Spectral Blade is kind of painful.
There are a couple of issues there with it, but not to get too much into them. Going into game 2... Oh, actually, who did we give MVP in this game? Lulu, it was Lulu for all the bushwhacks. Clutch bushwhacks.
Below 10,000 damage taken on Hoodwink, 16 and 0 or something like that. Absolute.
There was actually something I wanted to bring to your attention this game. Door nearly out-damaged your entire team.
Game 1?
Yeah, on the Warlock. You were the only person who did more damage than the enemy Warlock.
Warlock.
Sorry, Wurzag did 160 more damage than the Warlock.
Yeah, Wurzag did more damage than our Lesh somehow. I don't know how that happens.
Yeah, I just think clearly Seething wasn't playing well and had a dogshit game and shouldn't play Lesh anymore.
It's just these noob support heroes where you just click one button, you know? Like...
Wow. The carry coming out for the supports. You need to be careful, sir, or people are going to get upset with you. No, jokes aside, Seething had a great lane both games, and I think is part of the reason you guys did so well. Looking at game 2, if I can get back to it somehow. Oh, I can't. Oh, no, I am. I'm not back at game 2. I am struggling. I don't think I can go back to it anymore. I don't want to have to fuck about with the tournament view. That's what pisses me off. But you're saying that your draft was completely different for, or like completely off the rails, or off the PowerPoint, should I say, for game 2. I'm on North America, that's why.
I had to beg for the Morphling, by the way. I just want to put this out. Like, we prepared the Morphling and like banned it, and then when it finally came to picking it, Seething was like, "Are you sure? Are you sure? Is it even a good Morphling game?" I was like, "Yes." Why have we banned like Anti-Mage and Terrorblade if we're not going to pick Morphling? And in the second game, I had to beg him for the Anti-Mage as well.
Yeah, but so game 2, you pick the Anti-Mage because you guys are scum. Was there anything else in the mix, or were you like, we're picking Anti-Mage because they've picked Medusa? Because Silas suggested you'd got baited into the Anti-Mage pick.
We for sure got baited into it, but I think like I felt like we got baited into it when the draft ended and they had an LC win ranger. But
did you think it was going to be a carry Medusa, or
we knew that there was a very strong chance that they were just going to play it offlane? Like, I think that the anti-mage pick was more like, in my mind, I'm thinking like, okay, if it's a bait, then great. Like, if we pick something else and we don't get baited, then that's great. But if we pick something else and they actually is a POS1 Deucer and we don't have a draft to deal with a POS1 Deucer, that's like so much worse. So we might as well pick the thing that like prevents them from playing at 1, you know, and then like stop having to, because I feel like I hate playing into Medusa as well. So like just making sure that they can't do that is kind of more on my mind. And also I just, you know, you see the Deucer and you look at the animation and you think like free game. don't know.
Fair.
There's not really
Very
Like I
fair.
said.
I mean, you say you didn't have a plan for the draft. Wurzag got his clock. It was very nice to see. I love it's nice watching clock, and it's even better watching a good clock. Lulu back on the reliable Tinker, because I think they switched up their bans a lot. They tried to ban stuff from game one. I felt they quite heavily focused seething. Personally, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't know how. I need a PowerPoint for playing against Sitout if seething could provide that. I will not pay for his services.
Just don't ban Kunka. Let him pick Kunka and beat
broke,
Kunka.
whatever the quote is about the Masters
Same,
tools. No, I think the game 2, as Steven says in the chat, actually, like the prep was kind of relying on them not banning the Kunka, and they left the Tinker instead, so we just first picked that.
Right, okay. So you were wanting to get the Kunka in game 2?
Yeah, I think like we wanted the Kunka, but obviously the plan went out the window. And then so we picked the Tinker, and then they picked like what was it they first picked? Like Lich, I think. We got Tinker Clock anyway, and then
they picked Lich Bounty and then the Medusa.
Yeah. I think that from there they picked the Medusa Bounty, and then I was like begging for the Anti-Mage. And then
God, you beg a lot, don't you, in the draft, it turns out.
I do. Well, I have to. And then we cover banned for it, and then they picked like 2 counters, but I don't know. I think that it deviated massively from the prep, but I think it worked out in the end.
Well, we personally thought the Wind Ranger was a strange pick because it's not great into anything you guys had drafted at that point.
Good in Sandstorm.
I don't know if you'd picked did they pick the Anti-Mage yet there?
No.
Yeah, we had. It was the response. They had the Deucer Bounty, and then we had 4 heroes picked after that, because it was the last pick was the Sand King, right? And then they last 2'd the Wind Ranger Legion Commander.
Yeah, I think at the end they really wanted something that they felt could handle the Anti-Mage. They'd picked the Anti-Mage literally last night and got done in by GFG picking a Legion. So they were hoping to do the same thing.
I think the biggest problem with second game was more like the way they played it, not the draft.
Yeah, they definitely execute. I mean, they did back themselves to a corner with the draft, because obviously with the Legion and then with Ranger you fall off quite badly. So you had to play really aggressive, which you managed to avoid by Catastrophe and Seething getting out of the lanes quite.
I mean,
like,
you guys executed your lanes very well. Like Seething held his own, then just pushed the tower. I'd like to say I think Catastrophe played the best I have ever seen him play. I will take this opportunity to say Catastrophe is actually my MVP for that game.
With Cullen for that game, okay.
I think he did
team,
amazing.
We agreed, I think, like especially the second game. But this Centaur Tinker lane is something that we've played before, and like I think it's really, really strong. Like
yes.
Like I think maybe when we were talking about the game after the game ended, like first of all, Wind Ranger is like really out of the meta for a reason. I mean, Seething's like second most played hero is this Wind Ranger after the Kunkka, but it's not even on the cards because it's so dog shit. And then I think Legion Commander is like kind of a snowbally hero, especially like you say, it kind of falls off a cliff. So you pick it into a really hard lane, like a Centaur Tinker. It's just like it's kind of
but it was just the execution of that game, because they could have if this Wind Ranger Bounty Hunter Legion trifecta runs around and gets a few good kills, you're very quickly very far behind because of track and like Legion dual damage, because it's ultimate stacking. But they just didn't manage to pull it off. If this was down to them playing badly or you just avoiding them well and getting a few good saves in, I'm not aware which one of the two it is. I have a suspicion, but I'm not going to voice it.
I don't know if this is like allowed or mean, but I just think they're a bit tilted. I think you can feel it. Yeah. I feel like I'm more aware of it because I'm kind of a tilter myself, but like you can kind of tell when teams are tilting. Like OGs was kind of like this in when we played them. I think like you can kind of tell when the play becomes just like a tilt dive. You know?
Yeah.
I don't think I can tell it all. I just tip people constantly and hope for the best.
Just a scumbag either way and hope it works.
But no, I mean, I think you guys executed your drafts very well tonight. Your lanes were probably some of the best I've seen you play. Well, at different points for each of you and at different times, but like, yeah, I mean, you did your standard that you do very well, which is fuck off and farm up, which is exactly what you're supposed to do. It's a great play style and it works for you. I was interested to see the Seething Sand King. I don't think it's something I've seen that much of, so it surprised me when it came out. Like, classic great players from the supports. Very nice to see the clockwork in that game too. And yeah, I genuinely the best I have seen Catastrophe ever play.
For sure, this Centaur game was crazy.
Catastrophe, every stack you can now join stacks with me again. I don't know. I just haven't played with him in a while. But you please play this Centaur. I will be your clockwork any day. That is what I will say.
I swear to God, you're gonna play one game with this, and it's gonna be absolute stink.
It'll be fucking awful. Yeah,
Centaur is actually not that good. I'm surprised they made it work, but it worked because of the Legion, right? If they pick us, Centaur's just screwed.
No. Honestly, like, I get that there was a lot of pressure put on Rami in the lane, but Catastrophe genuinely lasted well. He came out, he had great net worth, he didn't do anything stupid. Like, he got ahead, he played correctly, he played at the front. He did die once, but not entirely his fault. I mean, obviously his fault, but, you know, like... like, one of the times he died on high ground, you know. But, like, he played it aggressively like he needed to. He made them pay attention to him, so... Yeah. Stop trying to take this away from him, Siler.
He played well. He played well.
Who was your MVP, Siler? Who was your MVP?
For that second game?
Yeah.
Honestly, I still want to... I kind of still just want to go Lulu again because I think it so much.
You're a simp.
But it has to be Rozak though, because he went flawless on Clockwork, which is hard to do.
Right, Deathless on Clockwork was crazy, but like I don't know how he did it.
He didn't go Blade Mail, Siler. You hate him. You can't give him MVP. You think every Clockwork should go Blade Mail?
I feel like he should have, but I guess.
Also, you were saying about the if they pick like Ursa, I think with Centaur's a bad lane. Last time we played the Centaur Tinker lane, it was into an Ursa and they absolutely fucking destroyed him. So I don't even know if that's true. I think this lane.
What was it with the Lich though? Because Lich is so strong as a support. In
actually
the early laning phase.
I think it was a Jakiro or something like that. It's like a Jakiro.
Okay, then, I'm surprised that they managed to win that lane.
Right.
The blind on the Tinker is crazy.
Well, I'm going to say thank you very much for coming, because I'm worried this is turning into a questionable podcast.
Yeah.
But great games tonight. Who have you got up next?
Good question.
Schedule.
Yeah.
You have got GFG, is that right?
Oh, yeah. The
Yeah.
Kingslayer. They just beat Gubcord, right?
Did they just beat Gubcord tonight? Is this breaking news?
It was 1-1, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, the Kingslayers.
Yeah, I'm scared. My knees are knocking.
I think they should be. I think it's all going to come down to the PowerPoint. But GFG are hard to draft against, I think, because they just do the most, like, they all just switch positions and go all over the fucking place. You never know what they're doing.
Definitely the most, like, hard to predict, because, like you say, their players switch roles way more than any other team.
Well, and also I think that goes to show that if GFG have just taken a game off Gubcord and Bernard took a game off GFG, I think there's a lot to still happen in this tournament, you know? I'm actually a little sad we're not going to a full upper lower bracket, because I'd love to see the upset, you know?
I think there's a lot of room for upsets with some of these teams.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a big
we have to petition Scotty to extend the tournament and do a full upper and lower bracket.
He's not going to do that.
Right. Well, thank you very much for joining us, Nazir. Congratulations on finding Casting Room 2.
Thank you.
And GG's. Oh, well, they were some quite long interviews.
Yeah, we needed to learn how to shorten those, but
I think the games were just so like, they were fairly short tonight. They weren't too back and forth either, so you know, there's less to sort of dive into, really. And I think there was less sort of sometimes there's more questionable plays that you want to delve into, whereas maybe not so much tonight. Well, thank you very much for joining me on such short notice. given that I picked up this
Problem.
cast at like
I had
7.
to abandon Super Earth for it, so it's your fault. That
I know.
Citizens
So,
are dying.
so why are you not responding on Discord? I go on Steam and he's playing Helldivers. I was like, well, we've got to cast Sylar, so it's fine. I saw the message when I was in Lidl. Actually, I wasn't even in Lidl. I was in Aldi, the subpar version.
The German version, therefore the better.
Lidl is better. Lidl has a better wine section and a better bakery.
That's true.
So you're wrong.
The wine section, you pompous prick. The wine section is better.
How am I like buy my wine in Lidl and you're like, you pompous prick?
True.
It's just better than the selection you get in a lot of places over here because it's a European company, so they get better. They get more sort of local stuff. Anyway, let's stop talking about my love of the little wine section. We can do that another time. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. If you've enjoyed the cast in general, I do cast Dota. I mean, I'll be casting more GFG. I also usually cast, I guess, my own games that I set up or other games or other tournaments. I sometimes even play Dota, but that's rarer on stream and some other stuff. So if you want to drop your follow so you can come back, you can go for that. There's also a Discord link down below. If you want to find the GFG, the only way I can recommend to do it is to join my Discord, which is linked down below, and then I can direct you to the GFG if you just ask for it in the Dota channel or something. Quite happy to do that if you've somehow stumbled in here. Other than that, I'll be back for another cast on Saturday. Is that Sitout again? I think I'm casting Sitout v GFG. I am. Okay. So I'll be back for what we're hoping is going to be the big upset on Saturday. Sylar won't be because he's very selfish and is going to celebrate his birthday.
Yep.
Which isn't on Saturday, and I can't tell you when it is because it's a secret. Or when it was. I mean, who knows?
It was,
yeah. Other than that, I will... I'll see you when I see you. Oh, you should tune in to watch FGF tomorrow. We're going to dismantle OGs. That's not on the schedule, actually. I need to get that scheduled. I need to talk to Larry. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Do you want to plug anything? I asked you this last night. You didn't want to plug anything.
No. I'm happy. Have fun casting without me.
I don't know who I'm going to cast with. If you want to cast with me, put your applications in.
Extremely positive cast.
I mean, that's true. You do bring the negativity in a good way.
I bring the negativity, and therefore, it's going to be probably a less intellectual cast.
Whoa.
Okay, I'm just going to leave now. See ya, everybody.
Night, guys.